Hey guys, I'm back. It's Jacob Jake's Metal Chat. I hope you're all well and staying safe. You're having a lovely evening, afternoon, morning, wherever the hell you are in this world. Oh yeah, new tattoo here. It's a skull moon. I don't know if people actually saw that in my other videos, but I've been wearing a lot of sleeveless tops because it is fucking hot right now. Yes. Um, 29th of May. I went to my sugar, so I didn't have time to make a video to say it's been 2 years since I've been doing Jake's Metal Chat. And yeah, also I got to send the link to my guest because he's not going to know when to come on. So I'll send him that in a minute. I got one viewer so far. I don't know who the hell that even is. Simon, if that's you, just send a link. Not send a link. Comment. So yeah, sorry. I know it's Durs. That's my guess. I just said my guess was. Just sent them the link now. Wait for them to come in. Yeah, it's been 2 years since I've been doing Jake's Metal Chat, and what way to celebrate that than to go to see my sugar at the O2 here in Bristol, where luckily my mate didn't get too drunk like the last gig we went to because he is expecting his first child in June. He was so convinced it was going to happen when we were there, but he wouldn't have gotten the phone call because there's no signal in that place. But either way, my guest is here. I better get him on. This is my mate. I starred in a film of his back in 2019, which I'm going to share his website. So here we go. This is my mate, Richard Dursley. How you doing, mate?
I'm very well. How are you?
I'm all right. Been a while since I last seen you.
I didn't catch the start of your stream. I saw it going on, but it was muted. I'm assuming you were complaining about how hot it is.
Yes.
It's really hot right
Yeah,
now. I've actually turned a fan off for this. So
well, I've had to close my window.
Yeah,
because noise and everything. But apart from that, yeah, I was just saying it's been 2 years since I've been doing Jake's Metal Chat. How crazy is that?
50 episodes, man. Congrats on getting to 50.
Yeah, 50 episodes. It's fucking mental.
Awesome, dude.
And you're my 50th guest, so that is an honor.
I know, right? I'd have thought you would have saved like a big band for your 50th.
I know, but most bands are busy with
everyone's busy, so I'll do.
Recording and maybe doing interviews with someone else, probably more important than I am. But there you go. So welcome to the 50th episode of Jake's Metal Chat, people. Been doing a lot of live ones lately because
it's fun doing a live, you know.
Oh, yeah, definitely. For anyone that doesn't know this man, this is Richard Dursley.
Mm-hmm.
He is the man behind, well, I've put it all up here somewhere, Durs Productions, The Icons of Sin, and he's directed some music videos as well. And
yeah.
Three films. It's 3 films you've directed, isn't it? Or is it just the 2?
There's a short film, 2 films, and then obviously the new movie which we're working on.
And the movie, which we will talk about.
Yeah,
not too much about, because I don't know how much we can talk about at this moment in time.
Oh, we can talk about quite a bit, you know.
Cool. Because like I've said to you when I was messaging you about this, obviously I chat about metal because that's the main thing, but also I like chatting about horror films and video games and obviously H.P. Lovecraft, Edgar Allan Poe, and all that stuff. So
excellent.
Nothing's off limits.
Well, I can talk about all of those things.
Yes.
So wherever you want to start.
This is why I like this man. So this is what I usually ask pretty much all of my guests.
Oh, go on.
Where did your music journey begin, and how did it get into this music that I love so much, and I know you love so much, but you also love other bits of music, but how did it get into metal?
As a child. So my dad was massively into metal as a kid. So Judas Priest, Iron Maiden, Deep Purple, Rainbow, Whitesnake, those were the bands that I was listening to as a kid. In fact, to this day, if I hear Number of the Beast, Iron Maiden, or The Prisoners with that great intro from The Prisoner, it sounds rubbish to me now because I am so used to hearing Number of the Beast on vinyl with the crackling of the vinyl during that spoken word.
I got on vinyl.
It sounds wrong when it's clean on CD with none of that. So I grew up with metal and rock. Pretty much since I was a kid. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I've grown up on.
I don't think I bought an album until, God, I was probably in my early teens before I even bought an album. I just listened to my dad's vinyl all the time.
Yeah, I didn't. My first CD was it was Iron Maiden album, and it was Seventh Son of the Seventh Son.
Oh, that is a hell of an album.
Yeah, that was the first one I bought. I heard it all the way through
Nice.
as soon as I bought, and I was like, "This is really cool. I got to find some more metal." And then I found death metal, like these guys here, Unleashed.
Yeah.
Yeah, you saw my grey jacket with all my patches.
I did,
it.
man. Yeah. You've done those patches have grown over the years.
Yeah, well, it's on a black jacket now, so I've changed it from that grey one to a black one because the grey one was actually it was actually a medium. I'm surprised that actually fit my fat frame, but there you go.
You wore it in the Called Shot, right?
Yeah, Called Shot, which we will talk about because you also did an album. But before we get into the film stuff, you used to be in a band, didn't you?
I used to be in two bands. I was in
two bands. So what? Because I've seen a picture of one band. It was at the Griffin. Which one was that?
That would have been Hell's Horses. Yeah.
I don't think I ever saw your band play, but
that's probably a good thing. We were terrible.
I would have been like, yeah, this is cool.
So I used to be I was in a punk rock band called The Unquiet Dead for a while. And then we started Hell's Horses, which was a parody power metal band.
Okay.
And we used to do a world tour of one date every year at the Griffin, and that was pretty much the only time we ever played. But yeah, so it didn't last very long, but it was good fun, you know.
Yeah, that's cool. Got some comments actually. This Tattoo Face 77 on Twitch, who I know.
Dude, there should be 50 of those for the 50th.
I know, right? It should be. What are you doing,
Come
Tattoo?
on, man.
And a friend of mine from Vermont, Glenn.
Nice.
Seventh Son was my first Maiden CD as we. Yeah. Well, I hope it doesn't matter which one's your first one. I mean, yeah, it's
my first was Number of the Beast.
Yeah, I got that on vinyl actually because I finally got a fucking record player right there. But
Nice.
It's not just a record player; it's a CD player and also a tape deck.
That's awesome.
You know,
I didn't even know they made anything with tape decks anymore. That's pretty cool.
Know,
is that
right?
new?
Yeah, it's brand new.
That's awesome.
Few vinyl on it. I played one CD on it so far. Fear Factory, Soul of a New Machine.
I saw you were playing that the other day. That took me back. I haven't listened to Soul of a New Machine for years, man.
Such a great album.
It's really good. I think it's like it gets overshadowed by their later albums, but that album is
that's
awesome.
why I listen to it because it's more of a death metal album.
Yeah.
Well, death metal mixed with industrial, mixed with grindcore.
It's a bit of everything. It's great.
Everything because there's some shorter songs like. I'm trying to remember which one it was, like Rise Above Opposition. That's a very grindcore-esque track.
Yeah, I just like as soon as Martyr starts, I'm sold.
Martyr's like doom, 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 doom. It's like, yes. I play other songs because I always played like Martyrs. Skip the other songs, go to the. But no, I played like Leech Master and all those other tracks on there. But yeah, I need to actually find that on vinyl at some point.
I'm sure you will at some point.
Well, Black City Records is.
I was going to say we've got a record shop, a metal record shop in Bristol now. How cool is that?
Yeah, I went to the opening on the 17th of April last year because I thought, yeah, I got to go to this. There's going to be stuff in there.
As a kid, I would have killed for a shop like that.
Oh yeah,
awesome.
But now we got it as adults.
Yeah, but still a kid. But you know,
we're kids inside, people. We're kids inside. So, yeah, because obviously when I found out about you, because Alex said, "Oh, I'm starring in this film called Annette," which I have watched, which we watched twice at the Griffin, by the way. And
I didn't watch it the second time. I watched
it both times because I thought, "Fuck it, I don't care. I don't care." This film, it's one of those films like. Someone would say, "Oh, it's so bad, it's actually good."
That's the point.
That's the whole point of
That's
these
the
films.
point.
Even the film I'm in, which I'll talk about in a minute. But
yeah, man.
Annette, where did that idea come from?
I absolutely love Godzilla.
As you can see, yeah.
And so I always, first film I wanted to make, I was like, we've got zero budget. Don't know what the hell we're doing, but let's make a giant monster movie as our first movie. Usually people do like zombie movies or something, something relatively easy. We're like, no, let's just do a giant monster movie. But it's a lot of fun, you know.
Yeah, because I figured out how to share things on here now. I have to actually click on it on the link I'm going to share, and then I can share
Right.
it. Because I couldn't do that last time for my Black City Records ones. I was like, we can't see it. Well, fuck. There we go. I'm an idiot. So, but yeah, and I watched that twice at the Griffin.
At the Griffin, yeah.
The Griffin.
That was a fun night, man. That was
a fun night. There was booze. There was a bunch of like-minded people who like the same amount of stuff. That's why I think you and I got on so well, because we like a lot of the same films, like a lot of the films with Lon Chaney and.
Oh yeah, I'm a huge Universal horror. That first couple of runs there, fantastic.
Yeah, because when I went to your house to do a read through of Called Shot, I was like, he likes a lot of the same fucking films I do. I like this.
I'm curious where we overlap on music, though. You know.
Yeah, and music. Well, because I listen to a lot of metal, but I also listen to folk music.
Oh, nice.
Industrial music, like 9 Inch Nails and stuff like that. Which I was going to hopefully see up in the Eden Project, but I think most of the tickets are gone now.
Oh, dude, you want to get those tickets where you can?
Yeah, I know. I was just like, I don't have the money.
You know, every year or every couple of whenever the tour came around, I kept putting off seeing Typo Negative. I was always like one of my favorite bands of all time, and I was like, oh, I'll catch them next time. I'll catch them next time. And then there was never a next time, and I never. There was never a next time
after that. That was it. It's gone.
So, you know, I think sometimes you just got to get the tickets where you can and see them where you can, just in case, because you never know.
Because I got my ticket for World Junior back in 2019, and it kept getting cancelled. Obviously, 2020, obviously, because of what's been happening, which I don't want to keep talking about, but it's so prominent.
It's hard not to.
But, and then it was like, oh, it was going to happen in 2021. It didn't happen then. It happened this year, and I went. It was in Birmingham when I went to see World Junior. It was absolutely incredible. It was at the Symphony Hall in Birmingham.
Oh, that's awesome!
Yeah, I've never been
worth the wait.
Never been there. Yeah, I was just there. I was like, just sat back like, oh, it was such a chance.
Was that your first gig back after the pandemic, or?
Oh no, my first gig back was actually in Birmingham at Scruffy Murphy's.
Nice.
For my mate Jim Bierman, who I'm going to plug here, for Beermageddon Festival, Jim Bierman show on Top Rock Radio. Check that out, people. He did one called Beer Man Presents, and it was in Scruffy Murphy's in this little room downstairs. It was boiling hot, and I just kept necking back, hobgoblin, and I was drunk by the end of the night.
Excellent.
I thought, yeah, this will help.
It felt so weird getting back out after all of that, you know? Getting back into a club was like, what is going on?
I was
people
like,
everywhere. Gone from like avoiding everyone to suddenly being around hundreds.
Stay away. I was like, oh, we can't hug. Elbow? Yeah, elbow.
Until you get drunk, and then you're just
get drunk. It's like, oh, fuck, I'm positive. But no, I had to wait. I was waiting until I got my jabs first. So
of course.
Got all three. So till they tell me, oh, you need another one. It's like, why?
Well,
because you might get sick from a different variant. If we get another jab, then take it. But and then after that, you've probably seen my pictures on Facebook. I went to WrestleMania.
Dude, I came on because this is your 50th metal show. I came on preparing to talk about metal. I didn't want to kind of get sidetracked, but I really wanted to ask you about WrestleMania, dude.
Yeah, you can ask me stuff if you want. I mean, wrestling
you ask
metal mixes.
It does. I mean, half of those intros are metal. So
like Triple H and Kane and Undertaker's Ministry of Darkness fame, and
Edge has gone through numerous metal bands over the years.
He's had Alter Bridge mainly.
Rob Zombie at some point as well.
Oh, you did have Rob Zombie.
Yeah.
I can't remember when he had Rob Zombie, but I knew he had Alter Bridge. So, but yeah, WrestleMania was incredible. It was in Texas.
Yeah, once in a lifetime. I imagine. I was like, you did all of it as well, right? You did Mania, Raw. You did the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, Hall of Fame. When I cried like a little boy, I'm not afraid to admit that. I cried like a little boy when I saw the Undertaker get inducted. But before that, I actually got to shake his hand at Access.
Is that when they did the statue unveiling?
Yeah, I saw that.
Nice.
And then, one of the guys who was working there said, "Oh, Undertaker's here." I was like,
"Okay."
Then I saw like Rikishi, Kane, and Triple H, Shawn Michaels, all that come out, and I was like, "Where the hell's Undertaker?" Just rides on his motorbike to the ring.
Nice.
I was like, "Oh wait,
that's got to be like the coolest entrance of all time. You're not getting much cooler than riding a bike."
Oh yeah, he had Limp Bizkit. Actually, before that, when he went to American Badass, he had Kid Rock, and then he had Limp Bizkit.
Yep.
And then someone else after that who did his big evil intro.
Yeah, I never knew who did that song.
I don't know.
I think that might have just been a backstage thing, but
I don't know. It might have been a Jim Johnson, probably. But yeah, obviously, yeah, metal. Because metal, I know it's called Jake's Metal Chat, but obviously, horror, wrestling.
It's all related.
You can put metal within those things.
Absolutely.
Because obviously for Annette and Called Shot, there was some metal.
Yeah, local bands. Yeah, well, that was the whole point of those two movies, was just to do it with zero budget, but make it all in Bristol with local people. That was
local people, and I was like, oh, I missed my chance with Annette. What about the next one? And he's like, and you're like, yeah, I'm getting to the next one.
Yeah, it was good fun, man. I love making those movies. It's so much fun.
Yeah, just to explain to people, Called Shot is the sequel to Annette. If you want to watch his films, he has uploaded them to YouTube now.
I uploaded them to YouTube ages ago. They've just been private. I made them public today because
okay, that's why I didn't.
I'm thinking about getting rid of the website, so I was like, I might just put everything on YouTube and then be done with it, because I don't get much traffic through the website, and I get loads of traffic through YouTube, so it doesn't seem to make much sense. But we'll see. So I thought I'd get everything on YouTube, and then it's there anyway.
So yeah, if you want to watch them, I usually put the links to the channels in the description. I'll probably do that after this video is over, but so you can watch his, not just the film. Well, actually, better yet, since I actually got the link to the website, I might as well just show people it. Share screen, go away.
Show my website. Oh god, I haven't looked at that for a while. It's probably out of date now, but
probably. There we go. That's the website.
Yeah, Durs Productions. It's got most of the music videos on there. Not all of them, but
let's see music videos. Yeah, don't know who that is.
Oh, the Bolsheviks, man. They're a staple, a Bristol staple punk rock band. Awesome.
Oh, punk rock. Okay.
Yeah. Guillotine Dream, obviously, I'm sure you know who they are.
Dream, yeah. I know Guillotine Dream, and keep going. And there's My Silent Wake.
My Silent Wake. I've also done videos for Control the Storm.
Yep.
Mirror Morningstar, I've done 2 videos for now. Quite a few of them just end up on other people's YouTube channels, so they're not on my site. But
yeah, I want to talk about this one, My Silent Wake, as so it comes there. And where was that filmed?
That was filmed in a just in a rehearsal studio.
A rehearsal studio.
Yeah, up in Weston. I forget the name of the place. Awesome guys there. They were perfectly happy to have us, turn up and do it. But yeah, it was just a little rehearsal studio. We just filled it with dry ice. Smoked up the place, yeah. And lots of lights. That was cool.
Yeah, it looks like it's got like a sepia effect to it.
Oh yeah, that was added.
I like you added a sepia effect.
Yeah.
No, I like this version of the video because the one I've heard doesn't have the keyboard bit when it gets that.
Well, so they already released the song, and then they re-released it with the extra bit, which is what this video is for.
Why I didn't.
Yeah.
But I talked to
you had Ian on before.
Yeah, Ian. Yeah, I had him on, and
he's a lovely guy.
Yeah, he's really cool guy, and I like how he plays a flying V in a doom band, which is cool.
Why not?
Why not? You don't have to have a flying V in a thrash metal band all the time.
By the way, shout out to Mike, who is watching right now. Cheers, Mike.
Mike
Misen. He just sent me a message to say he's watching.
Oh, awesome! And if we click here,
movies. Yeah.
Movies is
so, a Whispering Light is a silent film that old friend wrote. A friend of mine wrote the music for, and then I filmed. It's very short though; it's about 5 minutes long, I think.
I like silent films. So.
And then obviously Annette was 2018.
2018,
and then Called Shot 2019.
Yeah, because we got Janie here.
Yeah,
Alex. There's
Rich, Daz,
who's now living in Wales.
He is, but he's still coming back. He's going to come back
to the new film, which we'll talk about in a minute. But yeah, and then there's Called Shot, the one I starred in as basically what I am in real life.
You even wore the cutoff.
I even wore the cutoff.
It was a great movie.
is in that movie, and I'm just talking like a complete fucking mental.
That was the point.
That was the point. It's like, oh, he's a metalhead, but then people think, oh, what do people think that as a stereotypical metalhead? They just listen to metal all the time. So pretty much. And I thought, I actually know someone who's pretty much like that.
Dude, I'm not going to name and shame it. It might be them. It
might be them.
I met someone once.
I know a few people like that.
That kind of made me think of that. That's what that character came from, was a person I bumped into once. But I did bump into him in Bristol, so maybe it's.
Yeah, them. Because I was saying, what was I saying? Because I know people who are like, yeah, metal. It's like, and I thought, channel that in, but then.
Oh, dude, you were great. It was perfect.
No, it's like, you cannot stop the metal. No, that's a line, by the way.
That is a line, yeah.
And I don't want to give away the film, but
it's very silly. They're both very silly.
Very silly, and there was some funny deaths in it.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Not all. Well, there's some funny lines in it. It's what I feel. Again, it's so bad, it's good, and that's what I love about it.
Absolutely.
And here are the podcasts, people.
Oh yeah, so there's a bunch of podcasts. Do way too many podcasts.
They got this here, which is on.
Yeah, that's just the current, the latest episodes. So we got a movie podcast. The movies made us do it.
The movies made us do it.
Video game podcast, The Icons of Sin.
There we go.
The X Curse, which is my interview podcast. We'll probably have you on there pretty soon. And then
Kelly's Roadhouse.
And then Kelly's Roadhouse and Casey's. We've kind of put a pause on those at the moment, but hopefully we'll get back to them at some point soon. Yeah, at one point I was doing like 3 podcasts a week, so it's a lot of content being thrown out every week.
Yeah, I just seen this one here, Nosferatu 1922. Seen that, and I've also recently watched this one for the first time, Nosferatu the Vampire.
Dude, that is probably my favorite remake of all time.
Yeah, I've not only just found it on YouTube. Thought I haven't watched this yet.
Perfection. As far as remakes go, like that remake of Nosferatu is fantastic.
Oh yeah, it was. I was just like, this is way dark, and it's very goth, and that's what I love about it.
Yeah, it's super goth and very dreamlike, and
very dreamlike. Watch it, people.
And you feel very, very sorry for Dracula, as they call him in that movie, rather than Orlok.
Yeah, you do feel sorry for him, but even though
it's like, very creepy, but at the same time, you kind of feel sorry for him.
You want to feel sorry for him. You don't want to be like, it's like, I want to hate you so much, but all right, I'll stop sharing that now. There we go. Who's this? Mike.
That's Mike. There you go.
I thought.
Yeah, Mike's joined us on the Icons of Sin a few times. In fact, Mike was probably there while we were filming a few times. I think he popped down to help out on a few days.
Yeah. I think his face looks familiar. Yeah. So yeah, sports stuff. And yeah, because I also saw a video. I think it was on the movies that made us do it or something like that. You had the Northman listed.
Oh yeah, saw that a couple of weeks ago.
I saw that. I saw that as well.
It's I think it's probably the weakest of his 3 films. I prefer The Witch and I prefer The Lighthouse. But
The Witch is
but still an amazing film. Absolutely stunning movie. I think at the moment it's probably film of the year so far.
Yeah,
we'll see what happens. But for now,
because I watched Vikings way before this film was even a thing, and then I watched this, and I was like, it sort of made Vikings look like a bloody daytime television show or something, because it's just
it's really cool. I like the way that it kind of splices mythology with reality.
Yeah.
There's some really cool scenes. I don't want to spoil it for people though.
No, let's not spoil it. But there's a lot of Vikings in it, and Vikings are very metal.
And it does have some. It's not really a horror movie, but it does have some elements.
It's got those elements of horror in it, and obviously, I said Vikings are very metal, but there's no metal in this. In the soundtrack, it's all very like war, Juna, Highland, type of music, which is another thing, which is those two bands I really like. But it's all like you can just you can get images from that, like.
Oh yeah, visually it's extremely metal.
Extremely metal. Get a metal band to do do a separate soundtrack to it.
It doesn't always work. I always
It doesn't
remember.
always work, but let's
Do you remember when Typo
mix it
did
well.
Typo did the score for the original Nosferatu, didn't they? They did a version of that.
Oh, I've definitely heard that.
Yeah. So it's worth a watch if you can track it down. They did their own. They did their own score. They scored it themselves, and I don't think it really works personally. It's an interesting experiment, but yeah, I think the original version works better.
Original version's better, but again.
But fair play to them. They had that much of a love for the movie that they decided they
horror
wanted to do
and
their
metal
own,
mixing into it.
Yeah.
So. I should just name this Jake's Metal Horror Chat. I don't fucking know, but.
I'll talk about metal all you want, my friend. You ask the questions.
But horror horror goes well with metal. We all know this. If it didn't,
it certainly does.
If it didn't, then there's something wrong. Someone's doing something wrong. But
and we wouldn't have songs like The Exorcist, would we? So
True. The Exorcist. Obviously, yeah. When I think that's on The Exorcist, I think Possessed. Obviously.
Yeah, Possessed. Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's a cover by Gruesome.
Oh, I haven't heard a cover of it. That's cool.
Yeah, that's really cool.
I didn't know that existed. So
yeah, it's on Gruesome's album back in 2018. Yeah, back in 2018. Yeah. I'll try and remember how it is. Drawn blank again. But yeah. So yeah, Annette, and then that was done, and then Called Shot.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're like, So we did a monster film, but now let's do just a comedy horror.
Yeah, it was kind of just a comedy horror, the second one.
With D&D.
Yeah, D&D centric, yeah.
Which I never played until I was like that. I was like, I've never played D&D.
I don't think many people at the table had, so we were kind of like, this is how you vaguely play D&D for the scene. Yeah, Alex probably has.
And then I started playing it over lockdown.
Oh, nice. It was that online or?
Online. I actually got some D&D dice in it.
Always close to hand, right?
Well, I need to find a D&D group. But yeah. Well, obviously, I was in the film. Obviously, a lot of my scenes were filmed at the Griffin, except for one bit outside.
Yeah, a couple of bits outside. Yeah.
And one of them was filmed in your bathroom.
Oh, yeah, it's filmed up. Yeah, in my bathroom. That's right. Yeah.
But
no, it's cool. I mean, the Griffin are always super cool for us.
Oh yeah,
they're always let us film there and stuff.
Yeah. Johnson's like, yeah.
In fact, the last time I DJ'd metal was I used to DJ metal at the Griffin when the Griffin pretty much first opened. I used to DJ there every week, pretty much. And then we did a fundraiser for them during the pandemic. This is the last time I DJ'd metal.
Yeah, I remember it. Cool. I think
it was weird. We were in the Griffin upstairs with no one there. We were just live streaming from the Griffin.
You streamed it from Twitch or Facebook or something.
Yeah, but in the Griffin, we actually DJ'd
the Griffin. Yeah, I watched.
Yeah,
watched.
Cool.
I was like, I thought, I'll film myself on Instagram and see the fucking story. But
it was good fun.
But yeah, the Griffin. But yeah, Called Shot. I love the experience because when I saw it when it got uploaded to when I saw it on Facebook publicly now. I was like, this was so much fun.
That's the thing, right? I mean, regardless of the final product, just doing it is so much fun. I have so much fun making movies. Yeah, because I did the reading, obviously, and I was reading like Ridley's parts and. Yeah, you did. You did loads of parts, didn't you? For the
reading, if I remember rightly. And then you messaged me to say, "Oh, I think you'd be great as Adam." I thought.
Yeah, because you've got the metal look already, so it was perfect. Right?
And then Jay was playing. I can't remember who Jay's character was. The one
I forget myself. Can't remember the name of the character now. He's an asshole.
He's an asshole. That's all you need to know.
That's who he is. Yeah.
And I don't want to give too much away from the film, just in case anyone wants to watch it.
I don't even know how much sense that movie makes without it. I guess it probably works.
I don't know, but there's one line on it that he says, and if you watch it, you'll know when that line comes. He goes, "Fuck off, Blair, bitch."
Oh yeah. It was such a silly movie, but good fun.
Such a silly film, but I loved it, and I thought, well, if this man does another film again, I would be happy to be in this film, even if it's a small part, and I get killed off again. I don't care.
Most people are going to get killed off in this movie anyway.
I
It's
don't
not related to Annette in any way. It's totally
no, it's completely different, and we'll talk about it because you've been doing a lot of it. Obviously, you were meant to do it 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Obviously, pandemic, but now it's finally happening.
Yeah, hopefully, man, it's back on. We were scripted, full script is done. We cast most of the parts. We hadn't cast all of them, but most of them. We were pretty much ready to start production when the pandemic happened. But then at the same time, you know, you want things to be safe, and after lockdown, we kept going back into lockdown, and I can't really afford to start filming and then stop and start and stop and start. Stop. Yeah, exactly. So I just thought, let's just wait. But I feel like we're getting to the point now where it's probably safe to, you know, to start again, feeling reasonably safe. I know that the new thing's starting now, but you know, hopefully in between pandemics we can film another one.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
And the title is called, and I'll let you say it.
It's called The 12th Day.
The 12th Day, and it's a Christmas themed slasher film.
Yes, not the most original thing. There are Christmas slashers, of course.
Silent Night, Deadly Night, Christmas Evil, and
Santa's Sleigh.
But
so that is the one with Goldberg. Yeah,
I thought so.
Yeah. That's hilarious. That film.
Again, wrestling, metal. But yeah. Where did that idea come from to do that for the 12th
day? The 12th day. The 12th day, I just, I think I was finishing up Called Shot, and I came up with the idea of a scene. It was basically the end of a movie.
You said in the documentary.
I said in the documentary. Yeah. So I just came up with the ending. It was just an end scene, and I really liked it, and I couldn't stop thinking about it. So then I wrote a whole film around it. Basically, I was like, well, that's how we're ending up. So how do we get there?
Here's the ending. But how do we get?
Yeah, because it was just like it was a cool visual.
That ending.
Yeah, because it was just a visual at the time. I didn't have any real idea other than this would look cool visually, and then work back from there. But obviously, this is going to be a serious film. It's not a comedy. So,
it's not Called Shot or that where it's.
No, it's going to be serious, which is added pressure. We can't, like I said, the last two movies are ropey, and that's part of the fun and part of the the whole point. But this one we want to kind of get right, because trying to do a serious horror movie is like, okay, we'll try and get it, try and get it as good as possible on zero budget. We'll try and get it as good as possible.
Zero budget. And because when I saw that, I thought, I've always wanted to star in a slasher film.
Well, maybe you will.
Maybe I will.
We do need to talk. I need to get the cast and stuff together. And we'll talk about it off air.
Off air, not on air. For anyone who's like, "Oh, we should be in this film."
Oh, feel free to message.
Yeah,
I can send out script.
Got Jurassic Park in my head now.
That's a good film. Shame about all of the sequels.
All the sequels. All the sequels. That's the problem. Sequels. But
that is the problem with sequels, actually. Yeah, including Called Shot. Actually, I think we fell for the same. It's like, oh damn, should we have done a sequel?
Should we have done this? But then
should we have done something original rather than a sequel? But the problem was people really liked the characters in Annette. So after Annette, it was like, oh, you should do another Annette.
I don't want to bring more characters back. And
I hadn't really planned that.
We got these guys, and he's dead.
Yeah, so okay, well, I guess he's a ghost now then, or he's got a twin brother.
Oh yeah, that metalhead type. That metalhead dude. Oh, he's dead. Yeah. It doesn't matter about my character. He was a fucking idiot.
I don't think we're going to do any more of the Annette.
No, I think
movies anyway. We're done with the second one. Move on to new things now. Same cast of people. A lot of the same people returning, but a
lot of the same people. So.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't be like, I don't. Who are you? Don't know about you, but
no, you'll recognize a few people for sure.
I recognize a few people. No, it was like, hey. And it's like, cool. Let's film. Yeah, let's start filming. It's spring, nearly summer. Wait until autumn, for God's sake.
Yeah, well, we need to, because it's a Christmas movie, so we need to wait for the leaves to fall and stuff.
But there have been films where they filmed it like, oh yeah, it's set around this holiday, but yet
never works.
Hot.
Yeah, but then you got to be really careful with the framing because as soon as you've got trees in there, you can. I mean, you can make them brown, but they're still covered in leaves. Doesn't quite work.
I think that was the same thing with Halloween. They were supposed to film it around Halloween time, but it wasn't filmed around that time. I think it was like spring or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah,
so they had to try and figure something out.
You can get away with it in the in between seasons for sure, but
yeah.
I couldn't get away with it right now.
You couldn't get away with it. It's too hot unless you.
Well, it's too hot, and also the leaves are too green, and everything's
the leaves are too green, and they've already grown back on the trees, so
yeah,
kind of buggered there. But yes. But when I think slasher film, I think soundtracks, metal soundtracks, and then 80s horror movie vibe.
Oh, dude, soundtrack. Yeah, Return of the Living Dead.
Return of the Living Dead.
That's a hell of a soundtrack.
Oh yeah, and again, there's a couple of characters that look very metal in that film.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
A few of them. Oh god, I'm trying to remember.
I can't remember their names.
One with a shaved head, but it's like blonde and black.
Yeah. The punks. Yeah,
the punks. Yeah, because both of the actors in that who play like the metal Titan dudes were both in Friday the 13th Part 5.
Yeah. There is a lot of crossover in slasher movies. They do cross over into different horror movies and stuff.
I recognise the two. Is that the only one that looks sort of similar to his character in Return of the Living Dead is the one who gets killed in the freaking disgusting portaloo. I
had no idea they made so many Return of the Living Dead movies. I had no idea.
Yeah,
I watched the first 3, and then that was I stopped after 3. I found out the other day, about a year ago. There's like 6 or 7 of them now.
Yeah, I watched the first. I didn't see the second. I've watched the third.
Second one's all right. The second one's all right.
Yeah, I watched the third one, which was a bit weird.
Yeah, the third one's not great.
Not great. It's usually like, yeah, first one's brilliant. Second one, that's pretty good. Third one, that could have been a little bit better.
Yeah, the third one definitely was the time to stop.
It's like,
but they didn't. So
it's like with some bands with albums, it's like, oh, their first one was really cool. Second one,
don't you think that really screws a band though? Like, I can't think of anything. I mean, it's like a blessing and a curse at the same time, right? If your first album hits out of the park and it's the most amazing thing ever, you're like, how are you ever going to top that now? Like, you're like, it's great, you've done really well, you've got a massive following from it, you become a massive band, but now you're like, can you top it? Because that's the trouble. And a lot of bands, I think, as well, they've spent forever on the scene trying to get to that point, especially back in the day when you could just produce an album, in your bedroom. Like, spending all that time trying to get an album out, trying to get a record deal. You finally get it and you pour all of those years of like perfection into one album.
Yeah.
And then it's like, right, guys, you got to make another one now. It's like, oh.
And it's like a lot of those bands is like, yeah, there's like, let's take Metallica, for example.
Mm-hmm.
Kill Them All.
Yeah.
That's a great album. And then
that's an amazing album.
And I was like, oh, I love, Ride Lightning. That's another amazing album. I love it. And then Master of Puppets came out.
I think Ride Lightning's incredible.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's one of my favorite albums ever.
Oh, right. Okay, cool.
One of them. Well, like, because I'm trying to, because people have asked me, what's your favorite album? It's like, fuck you.
It's a really difficult question, though.
It's a difficult question.
It's the same as like, what's your favorite film?
What's your favorite film? And who's your favorite actor and things like that? But
I can answer those questions because I've got a movie podcast, but music-wise, it's a lot more difficult because unless you think about it actively, it's like, what do you say? I don't know. Depends what I'm listening to and what mood I'm in on any given day.
That's what I'm like with music. It's like, what mood am I in? Am I in a metal mood for my walks, or am I in a folk mood for my walks?
Exactly. I mean, that's it.
I was listening to metal and on my walk as well. I was listening to 9 Inch Nails.
I listen to a lot of metal in work. It depends what I'm doing,
Depends what you're doing
and the mood. Sometimes it'll be the mood. Sometimes it'll be Carcass. Sometimes it'll be Blind Guardian, and sometimes it'll be Blackmore's Night. It really depends how I feel.
It depends on the mood. And I was going back to Metallica because I got one mate who really loves their album Saint Anger.
I don't.
I
appreciate that they do. I thought the documentary they made on it was
the documentary is
far more interesting than the album that actually came out of it.
Yeah, the album is like,
But fair play, if that's your favorite album, that's your favorite album. I can't argue with that. It's very different. And I guess if you want a different sound, that's cool. I remember back in the day when that album came out, I remember, most of us were like, God, that album's awful. But you'd always have one guy in the room or one girl in the room that'd be like, it's amazing.
Yeah, I like that album.
It's amazing. And it's like, yeah, fair enough.
It's like, fair enough. You like it, you like it. I mean,
it sounds like Lars is like playing bin lids for cymbals. It sounds like the sound just, it's awful to me. But, but again, each to their own, man.
I was going to say the snare is like a
yeah.
What's that fucking snare?
Yeah, it's not my favorite sound of theirs. I'll tell you what, a Metallic album, I used to think was underrated, and I used to always say it was underrated, but I don't think it is anymore. I think it's starting to get some more love. Is And Justice for All, which I think is great. It's got some great tracks.
Yeah, that was my that's my ex's favorite album, I think. That one.
Oh, fuck that album.
No, we ended on good terms. But no, because I remember one time we were coming back from, I can't remember where we were coming back from now. She's like, "Oh, let's put on this album." And I was like, "Oh, and Justice for All, yeah."
Yeah, it's a great album.
It's a great album. Stuff. Only thing is, you can't hear Jason's bass.
That is true. That is
Lars thought, let's turn it all the way down.
And it often feels like the riffs go on a little too long. It's one or two repetitions too many sometimes.
Yeah, because I think, obviously, Ride the Lightning, you started getting longer songs, and then Master of Puppets, longer songs, and then all of a sudden, Justice for all the songs were pretty much overly long, almost.
Yeah.
And they thought, oh yeah, let's go from playing thrash metal to the heavy metal, whatever the fuck they went into. Because they become one of the biggest metal bands.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the thing, isn't it? I think, and the weird thing is sometimes bands just need to keep doing what they're doing, Like I've got massive respect for bands that will change and just go like, hey, we're going to do something totally different. Massively brave of them. But some bands just need to stay the same,
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, we went to, oh God, I forget who it was now. I'm trying to think of the name of the band. We were going to see them, and it was a band that used to like play with Priest back in the day.
Right.
And we went to see them, and on the way we were like, God, it's really weird that this band aren't still huge, because like the bands that they used to tour with, massive. Like, what happened? And then we went to see them, but it's like they're like trying to be Bon Jovi now. Like, it's like, what are you doing? Like, this is not your thing. But like, when bands just try their best to stay relevant, it's like, guys, people love you for what you do, So it's like, if you want to do something different, cool, but don't just force yourself to do something different to try and,
Yeah, but don't be someone or a band that was big around that time.
Well, it's like on that.
Now,
it's like on that Saint Anger, Some Kind of Monster, that documentary.
Some Kind of Monster, that's the documentary. I was thinking.
Kirk hits out of the park when he's like, hey, you're saying, like, let's not do solos on this album because solos are dated. If you don't put solos here, you're dating it for now. And that album really sounds dated now because of the lack of solos and stuff.
Yeah, because I think that's why a lot of people didn't like it, because they didn't have any solos.
Well, it wasn't very. It was completely different, wasn't it? They were just going for something different, and that's fair enough.
I like a couple of songs from it though.
It's weird as well because the direction they were going
Frantic.
Before that. Oh yeah, there are some songs on there. It's not like a total
and the title track. So
yeah, it's not a total. That's an awesome video as well. Filmed in the prison. That's really cool.
They were like saying, "Oh, if any of them kidnap you or something, you're stuck with them or something."
But it was really weird as well, going from isn't it like I Disappear and like 4-Leaf Clover into that was like what? Okay,
it's just like what?
Yeah, that was weird, but
that was just So some bands have just gone down a weird.
Well, I think every now and again they probably get bored or they want to modernize. Or they want
to change it up.
Like sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Like some death metal bands I've gotten into, they went from being like this very raw death metal band, and then you put like, and then called Death and Roll, like Entombed, one of my favorite Swedish death metal bands. They sort of mixed rock and roll with it, so it's called Death and Roll.
Right.
So,
but then bands, some bands change really successfully. I mean, bands like Accept,
Yep.
They've changed over the years. They sound great now. Sodom again started his kind of thrash, became
thrash, yes,
like black metal, I guess, towards the end. Like, I don't know what they're up to these days, but
they're still going strong with the thrash.
Oh, cool.
I think so.
But they've experimented with a few things.
Because the earlier stuff's more like what people would call early black metal.
Early black metal, yeah.
Early black metal. Yeah. I was going to do the air quotes, but I was like, nope. Like Possessed, cast as an early death metal band.
Yeah.
And there's that argument: who was the first one to do
death
death? It's that bloody argument, and I don't want to get caught up in it anymore.
No.
Because
does it matter?
Up. Does it really matter who did it first? But fuck it, I don't care. And speaking of Possessed, have you seen that film Trick or Treat from 1986?
Trick or Treat.
Trick or Treat, yes.
Yes, I have. Yeah, of course.
Which
it's a great movie. I actually really like that movie.
With Ozzy Osbourne's in it as a priest.
Or Trick or Treat. Yeah, no, that's Trick or Treat, not Trick or Treat. Trick or Treat was another movie. Trick or Treat. Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
Which had Ozzy Osbourne.
Ozzy turns up in a lot of movies, actually, like little cameos here and there over the years.
Ozzy Osbourne, Gene Simmons.
Yeah.
I think that's the only two like icons within rock and metal that in that film, I think.
Yeah, probably. I mean, you've got like other movies have got, like Alice Cooper and
Alice Cooper was in Prince of Darkness.
Yeah.
Meatloaf was the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Yeah.
Well, what was I say? Yeah, because there's because the character's mother goes into his room to clear it out, and then she's picking up his record collection. There's Megadeth, but then off to the side, when it shows her face, there's Possessed Seven Churches.
Yeah.
Which I was like, that is cool.
That's a cool album.
That is cool. That album's in this film. That is brilliant.
Yeah.
Cool. This film's very metal.
There's a lot of metal films out there,
There's a lot of metal films. It's just finding them. But yeah, Trick or Treat. Yeah, I don't know if anyone's watching this has seen that film, but there's a bit at the school dance where the character is like the demon type guy right now because he comes back from the dead or whatever. Then it gets on stage and there's already a band supposed to be playing, and he gets on it and just knocks it out of the park with the fucking song. I was like, this is cool. This is just pure cheesy 80s fucking metal fest or whatever.
Sometimes you just can't beat some 80s schlock horror. It's just the best. It's so
you can't beat it. No,
I mean, you're watching Friday the 13th movies, and for the most part, it's the same movie over and over again. But it's just great. It's just like a comfort zone, it's great.
Yeah, look, I've seen all the Friday the 13th films, and it's like
I own them all over there. Yeah,
I own them as well. I own them all, and don't own all the Nightmare on Elm Street films.
I think I own all of them. At one point, I didn't have 6 at one point.
I don't know. Got original Halloween and Halloween 2, and
that's all you need. I mean, I like some of the others. Some of the others have got some cool moments, but
Halloween Season of the Witch. I can't really call it Halloween 3 Season of the Witch because it's got.
I think Season of the Witch is a fantastic film. I think that's
a standalone film.
I think it's the direction Halloween should have gone. Honestly, I think they should have made a different horror movie every year called Halloween after that, and I would have been on board with that.
Yeah,
but, I guess the draw of Michael Myers, it was the age of the slasher.
I think that's why people hated the third one, because there was no Michael Myers. I loved it.
I think it's a really good movie.
Yeah, you had Tom Akin going, "Stop it! Stop it! Stop it!" It's like,
I'd probably say it's probably my second favorite Halloween movie after the first.
Yeah, pretty good. And this person here. What about Steve Vai in Crossroads?
That's Joe. You remember Joe? He was in Called Shot as well. Yeah.
Oh, that's his chat. I didn't know he had a bloody channel.
It's Steve Vai. Yeah, Steve Vai in Crossroads. Got Zach Wilde and Co. in Rockstar.
Does that count? Yes, Joe.
Yeah, of course.
Count. Oh yeah, I saw. Yeah, last time I saw Joe actually was Well, before that, I saw him play with one of his bands in Cheltenham.
Upshot.
Yes, Upshot. I got
I still haven't seen them live.
Oh, they were great.
Yeah, I really want to.
Yeah, I saw him because we were going there, and then we were going to go to a festival the next day.
Yeah.
And then after that was obviously in Bristol.
Mm-hmm.
We went to that pub. That's St. Nicholas Market. I can't remember what it's called.
The Crown.
Yeah, there's the Crown, but there's the one that we all met up in. I can't remember what it's called though.
We all met up in.
Yeah, we all met up in. It was like a Christmas meetup sort of thing. Not in 2019, but I think the year before that.
All right.
Oh, I
don't even remember.
I can't remember the pub name. I remember meeting up in that.
Is it the Rummer? Did we meet in the Rummer?
That's it. The
Okay.
Rummer. The Rummer. That's the one because they had glass steins put in ice, so they chilled. So the beer's chilled when you put it in.
Oh no, that's not the Rummer. I don't know where that is, but that sounds cool. I don't remember it, but we should go there again.
Let's go there again. Let's go there again. That's the film lots meet up. I don't know.
Yeah, we should all meet up soon. Now that we can have a reunion of everyone that worked on the movie.
Have a reunion and get pissed. I don't know. Maybe not get too shall we get pissed? Yes. No. Yes. No. Yes.
It's up to you. Why not?
Why not? Let's all get. Why not? Let's just meet up and see what happens.
Yeah.
See what happens. And I was also saying to people before I got you on, I went to Meshuggah on the 29th of May.
Oh, nice, dude.
That was a very packed night because it was completely sold out.
Oh, really?
It was completely sold out.
And where was it?
The O2.
Oh, nice. In Bristol.
Bristol
O2. Yeah.
Bristol O2 because I met up with mates at the Griffin, but before that, the Black City Records was actually open on that day.
Oh, nice.
So I thought, let's go see my mate David, and then go to the Griffin, and then meet up some mates there, and then
I think I'm going to go to the Griffin tomorrow. I haven't been back to the Griffin since things reopened properly, so I have to make a visit.
Yeah, make a visit. John will be very happy to see you.
Oh, as always, John's wonderful. Like I said, he's done so much for us, especially with the movies and stuff. John was awesome.
Yeah, definitely with the films, and also getting very delicious ales and stouts and porters and bitters. And
yeah, I mean that the real ale and metal was just the best idea for a pub ever.
Yeah, because there's that sign.
It's just fantastic.
Because there's that sign. I don't know if it actually made it into the film where it says heavy fucking metal on the side.
I think it's in there. I think it is in there.
I can't remember which. I might have been in Called Shot because that's one that might have been put up.
Yeah.
But that film's just fucking stupid, but I love it.
That was the point,
That's the whole point. Anyway, I'll have the links down in the description below if people want to watch it later. If not,
so when it comes to horror, what are your favorite horror films? I'm curious now.
Favorite horror films. You mentioned one earlier, The Witch.
Oh, really? That's like a top 5 for you now, is it?
That's one of my favorites.
It's an amazing movie. It's a fantastic movie.
Yeah, fantastic movie. Hereditary.
Mm-hmm.
That was because that was one of the films I watched over lockdowns. I thought I haven't watched this film yet, and people have talked about it.
Right.
And I thought, watch it. It's like, okay, this film made me feel so uneasy.
Yeah.
In so many ways. And then what was that one? The Lighthouse, because I watched that.
Yeah, The Lighthouse is again fantastic.
It's just two actors mainly. Well, it's just the two. Actually, there's other.
Well, you've got the
two main actors.
Halfway through.
Who was it? William Dafoe and
Robert Pattinson.
That's the one. Robert Pattinson.
Yeah. Fantastic performances by both.
Oh, both of them played it.
And then he's
so damn well.
Dafoe is like terrifying in The Northman. He's like simultaneously hilarious and terrifying.
It's just like, why does Dafoe always freak me out? I don't know why.
There's something about his look. He's just a terrifying man.
Spider-Man, for example, is the Green Goblin.
Yeah,
You know,
of course. Yeah, I keep forgetting he played the goblin in that movie. Yeah.
Where he just loses his shit in the board meeting when they fire him.
Yeah.
He's like, well, I built this company. Do you know how much I sacrificed? It's like, fucking hell, calm down, mate.
It's so weird seeing superhero movies with that Sam Raimi style. It weirds me out. Like I saw Doc Strange a couple of weeks ago, and that was the same. It's like this really weird seeing. Like
it's weird. No,
because he's got such an interesting visual style. And it's really, really obvious when it's Sam Raimi or it's someone trying to rip off Sam Raimi. It's just really odd when you see it.
Can't rip off Sam Raimi. There's only one Sam Raimi in this, and that's Sam Raimi.
People try,
but they fail miserably. Most likely.
Probably.
Most of Sam Raimi's films I've seen, he's always got his brother Ted in them.
Yes, yeah, generally.
He's always got his brother.
I think his brother's a producer anyway, isn't he? So I guess he's always around.
Ted, he's produced. I think he's produced some of his films.
Yeah,
might be just the second Evil Dead film. I'm not sure, but
I think so.
I think he did. I know he starred in it as that.
He certainly,
woman.
Yeah, he certainly worked on it, as well as like on off camera as well. But
it's like, oh, Ted, do you want to be this character? Yeah, sure, cool. Cake him in makeup. What?
Yeah.
Darkman, there's another great film. I know it's not a horror film, but
that is a great movie. I haven't watched Darkman for years. I might watch that after this stream.
On the Sky channels. I was like, oh, Darkman, I watched this.
Yeah, why not?
Now, what was I saying? Favorite horror films? I said The Witch, Hereditary.
I would say like Hereditary. Just the performances in that movie are just unbelievable.
No one's seen it. Watch it.
Toni Collette. I like how Toni Collette doesn't deserve an Oscar for that performance. I will never know.
I don't know, but
like she's amazing in that film.
Gets terrifying throughout the film. The performance gets
just the scene where she's lost what she loses in the movie, and she's just screaming. It's so believable. It's actually chilling. It's horrible. But she's so believable. It's amazing. It's one of the best performances I've seen in years. Is Toni Collette in
those are the
movie.
Types of actors I like though. They play the part, and you believe that part, like Daniel Day-Lewis.
Yeah,
always sticks in his pot. Always stays in his role, even when the camera's not rolling.
Yeah, I think that goes both ways. I think that could be great, or it could be really annoying. I imagine for the cast, they're probably like, "Oh god, this asshole."
Just say, Daniel, Bill the Butcher. Yes. But so I've said two. I'm trying to see. That's a hard question. My favorite horror films.
Yeah, I put you on the spot. See, you're supposed to put me on the spot.
I'm supposed to put you on the spot with like your favorite. I'll ask you your favorite bands in a bit, but
you can do that. I'll try and answer. It changes every day, but I'll come up with 5 now.
Favorite horror films. I think one of them. I love what was supposed to be the final chapter, Friday the 13th, Part 4. I love that one.
Oh, that's which one it is? Yeah.
Ted White as Jason.
Yeah.
He was a stuntman for John Wayne back in the 50s.
Yeah, no, that's good fun, that movie.
Yeah, you can tell he's a stuntman because he was like.
Well, aren't they all? I mean, Kane Hodder was a stuntman first, right? Before he
Kane Hodder, yeah.
Before he took on Jason, he was a stuntman, I think.
Yeah, a lot of the actors they got as Jason are stuntmen.
Yeah. Well, it makes sense, right? They only need to wear a mask, and if you want him to do crazy things,
get hurt a lot.
Yeah.
I see you're a stuntman. Are you alright with that? Yeah. Cool. You're gonna get smacked over the head with a chair.
Yeah, I just need someone huge who can take a lot of punishment.
Because I think the bulkiest Jason they've had so far. I mean, they've had to put a lot of layers on Kane Hodder anyway.
Yeah.
Richard Brooker was in the third for the 13th film was Jason.
He's big in that. I don't know who the actor is, but yeah, he's big.
Quite muscular, and he was a gymnast, so circus performer even. So.
Oh really? Oh, that's good.
A lot of like him jumping from the top of the barn down.
Yeah.
Obviously, he knows how to land properly.
Yeah.
Because all the actors who played Jason have suffered a lot of abuse.
I would, yeah, well, definitely. Especially back in the day, there was no CGI.
Stuntmen need more credit.
You're getting hit.
Stuntmen need more credit. Stuntmen and
definitely.
definitely need more credit. So that's number 3. So, you put me on the spot.
It's going to be the next 2 hours. It's just Jake picking 2 more films.
Picking 2 more films than me. So yes, all right. So The Witch, Hereditary, Friday the 13th Part 4, the final chapter.
That's an interesting choice, man. I like that. That's cool.
It was one of my favorite slasher films. One of my favorite.
That's a great movie.
Jason films. I have to look in my collection because I have to look and see what's that I like. That's what my favorite.
Well, that's all right. You've given me some. That's cool.
7.
Oh, 7's a great movie. Yeah.
7, I'll definitely I had to put a 90s film in there. And might be a bit, I don't know, controversial. It's more sci-fi and horror. Well, sci-fi horror, the first Alien film.
No, the first Alien's in my top 5 films of all time. It's one of the best films ever made.
My top 5 might change, but
it's either number 2 or number 3 in my top 5. So it changes daily. But
film. Love the first film.
I love Aliens. I think it's a great movie, but for me, the first Alien is for me the defining film of the series. Yeah. I love Alien.
Oh, yeah, Alien. Yeah, love it. In space, no one can hear. Like someone should just record that. In space, no one can hear you screaming, and you just get like a really heavy metal track on it.
Why don't you do it? You've got a metal band now.
Yeah,
make it happen.
Well, I can't do it with Avintel because that's more folk. But I can do it with a death metal band.
Do it with a death metal band. Yeah.
I'm trying to do a death metal band with the lyrical themes of Resident Evil. So,
oh, nice.
That's what I'm trying to do at the moment. But it's like, how do I? It's like, who do I sing about? Do I want to do it like, one album is entirely Resident Evil 1, one album is entirely Resident Evil 2 and 3 mixed in because
skip 5 and 6. Just don't bother.
Get 5 and 6. Get 5 and 6. Do 4. Forget 5 and 6. Do 7.
The 7 and 8.
And that's it. And stuff before that. So like before.
I know you've got spin-off stuff.
Yeah, spin-off stuff. No, I was like thinking before that, like with Lisa Trevor and all that in the remake. So
yeah.
So, but if I do enough, if I'm in a band, it's like, what can we do for a sample? Get someone to record this in space. No one can hear you scream. It's all about Alien. It's like, okay. Now, since you asked me my top 5 films, your top 5 favorite bands, go.
This changes daily as well. I would say Blind Guardian.
Yes, love him.
Danzig.
Yes.
Although I fully accept like probably half of his catalog at this point is not great, but those first 4 albums are fantastic, and I will die on that hill. Typo Negative.
Yes.
Probably Judas Priest. It's hard not to have Priest in there.
Priest is
and like any band with Richie Blackmore. or that Richie Blackmore's been in. Yeah.
Or any band Richie Blackmore's been in.
Because I still think that Deep Purple are great today without Richie, but there's Richie's influence. So yeah.
Yeah, exactly. For me, my top bands, that changes.
Although I guess you can't say any of those are metal. So if I had to pick another metal band,
doesn't matter. It can be metal, rock.
Maybe I don't know, something more modern.
Yeah.
Sabaton. I like Sabaton.
Sabaton.
Yeah. I'm more of a power metal guy in my older age. I'm chilling out, you know.
Yeah, I'm still listening to my death metal because obviously I
still listen to it every now and again.
Listen to a lot of death metal bands, but then I go back to listening to thrash, then black metal. Well, I think it's too hot for black metal.
Is that a thing? I didn't know that was a thing.
I don't know. Some people are like, I listen to black metal when it's cold. It's like, fair enough.
I guess it does suit the winter better.
It suits the winter better. Joe's just said something else.
Event Horizon is fantastic. That's a great
I was trying to think one of my favorite films. That one for sure.
Yeah, I absolutely love Event Horizon. I think that movie is massively underrated. Evil Dead, fantastic. American Psycho, just fantastic and hilarious. Shutter Island, that's an interesting one. The Thing, obviously, John Carpenter's great.
Anything John Carpenter's done.
I also love The Thing from Another World. They're
two
very different movies, but I do love both of those. I've not seen Mama yet. I really want to see Mama. The Ring, The Grudge. I'm a big fan of the Japanese originals. I'm not such a big fan of the remakes.
Oh yeah, I've seen the originals of The Ring and I've finally seen the original Grudge. Finally, because
I'm told the remake of The Grudge is quite similar, but I've not watched the remake of The Grudge because it was the same director, wasn't it?
I haven't seen the remake in a while, but I've seen the original. Thought, yeah, this is much scarier. Dawn of the Dead. I've seen the original and I've seen the remake.
Yep. I actually like both. I think both are pretty good. I adore the original Dawn of the Dead. But I will say, in Zach's defense, it's not something I often say. It's just defending Zack Snyder. But the Death of Suburbia, the opening of his remake of Dawn of the Dead, is one of the most effective scenes I've ever seen. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's you're paranoid that some bit, you might walk into him and be like, "Oh, I'm a bit paranoid. Is anyone here? If there is, am I going to die?"
Yeah.
And it's so nice and peaceful, and all of a sudden zombies start attacking. So, cool. I got to find higher ground.
It's not a bad remake, actually. Dawn of the Dead.
It's not a bad remake.
They did a good job. It's better than the remake of Day of the Dead, that's for sure.
Yeah, I've not actually.
It's not great.
Watched that. I might have seen a little bit of it, but I was like, this just looks bollocks.
I have a soft spot for the remake of Night of the Living Dead.
One that Tom Savini directed.
Yeah, that's good fun.
As Tony Todd. It's
quite different in a few places, but it's good fun.
Again, it is good. It is good fun. And I mentioned Tony Todd as well. Candyman.
Great movie. Yeah.
Just in Jake's Metal Chat, we can chat metal, and horror films go with metal. So
I'll talk whatever you want, man. I'm your guest.
You're my guest.
You ask away. I'll answer your questions.
And when I'm on your show, whatever you chat about.
Yeah. But this is your show, my friend. This is your 50th episode.
I know, and Charlie, I know this. Yeah, Charlie, another great Jake's Metal Chat. Rock on, dudes. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Charlie.
Thank you, Charlie, for that.
That's good because it's the 50th, and I feel like all I've done is talk about movies. So
movies and I thought, God, chat metal.
We can chat metal. Ask some questions. I'll answer the questions.
Favorite metal documentaries, like on metal bands or
Spinal fucking Tap, man.
Spinal Tap.
I mean, if mockumentaries count, I don't know.
Yeah, it's like, why is this amp turn? Why has this amp got 11 on it? You know how most of them turn up to 10? Yeah. Well, this one's 11.
You know they're making a sequel, right?
Oh, blinking! Are they?
They are, but I think it's going to be good. I got good feeling.
I can't remember when I watched Spinal Tap.
I mean, there was a kind of sequel that came out. It's like mostly a live performance, but they did do a DVD with like kind of extra stuff. But they're doing a whole new sequel with them. Like obviously nowadays, I think it could be really fun.
Right.
If they do it right, I think it's going to be something special. In terms of real serious documentaries, I don't know. I mean, Some Kind of Monster is an amazing documentary.
Some Kind of Monster.
I really do think like that was. I mean, that was particularly brave of Metallica to do that because they did not look good. That did not make them look good at all.
No, because
and like hats off to them for doing it.
Yeah, arguing amongst each other ever since because that was around the time Jason left.
Yeah, we can see why. Like Jesus Christ.
Well, they wouldn't let Jason do the Echo Brain record he wanted to do.
I liked Echo Brain as well. I actually thought that was really
this is really cool.
And they're good.
Found out that Jason Newsted did a demo with Devin Townsend.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that until I looked, and then obviously they did it, and then Metallica said you can't release that. It's like, well, fuck you. He's like, once you're in Metallica, you can't do anything else outside of it. It's like that's bullshit. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah, man.
It's like in mine and Alex's band, it was like, Alex like, oh, once Aventine, this is Aventine, you can't do anything else. Like, yeah, back off.
Yeah, it's nonsense, especially because like during that time, like Hetfield was turning up doing vocals for like the South Park soundtrack and stuff.
So,
it's like, what are you doing?
Massive
like,
hypocrite.
Yeah, like it's like, what are you doing, man? Like that's crazy.
But then obviously can't give Jason, not Jason, James too much crap now. Obviously, he went on stage and talked about his mental health, so that's pretty brave of him.
Yeah, that's very brave. Like I said, I think that documentary is brave. I mean, like they obviously had final say before that went out there.
David Stain come on as well, and he's talking.
Yeah, he was talking about how bad they treated him and stuff. It's really brave to sign off on something like that, because obviously what they planned that documentary to be in the beginning was very different by the end. And I think it's pretty brave of them just to be like, yeah, actually, we're going to release it.
Yeah, because that one bit with Lars and Dave talking about that time and how
Lars is like visibly upset about it.
Yeah, Dave Mustaine was talking about one guy from Armored Saint who's the drummer, and he broke his leg because he was picking on Lars. Or something. I can't remember what the whole thing was.
Like he was like, yeah, I stuck up for you like the entire time we were together, and
they kicked him out because when he got drunk, he was a violent drunk.
Oh yeah, no, I hear that, yeah. And ultimately, hey, as a fan, we ended up with two great bands, right? Yeah, so fine.
And Megadeth.
It worked out all right.
A
lot of these rivalries, and a lot of these rivalries.
Yeah, stupid all rivalries. Look, we're all playing metal. Why does there need to be a rivalry? That's the thing.
Well, because rivalry probably leads to good albums.
Well, if it's a friendly competition rivalry thing, that's fine. If it's just at each other's throats, that's just no.
But even then, I think that just makes, if you want to one-up each other.
But then great albums can come out of that.
Yeah.
Butting heads. But, favorite Megadeth album, if you've got one.
Peace Sells, probably.
Peace Sells. Mine's Rust in Peace.
I
love that one.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. I really like Megadeth, actually. They're another band that I think, when you talk about like the big four, they're kind of at the bottom of that list for a lot of people, but I really love Megadeth.
Yeah, like the main big four, obviously Metallica, Megadeth, Slayer, and Anthrax, which I've seen all four of. Nice.
I have not.
Yeah, I managed to see Slayer with Jeff Hanneman twice, and then the other times were with Gary Holt from Exodus, who I have seen.
I've seen Metallica, I've seen Slayer, I've seen Megadeth, I've never seen Anthrax. So
yeah, I've seen Anthrax, seen Testament.
Oh, nice. Actually, I've seen Testament.
Yeah, Testament are fucking awesome.
I can't remember who they were. They were supporting someone. I can't remember who they were supporting.
Last time I saw Testament was 2 years ago, back in March at the O2, before COVID ravaged the world. And that was with Death Angel and Exodus.
Oh, nice.
So
Exodus is a band I've always wanted to see live. Never.
3 doses of Bay Area thrash metal.
It
was like
good stuff.
It's like, yeah, I prefer this to stuff like Motley Crue, but then I like some Motley Crue tracks.
Oh yeah, I love all that stuff. I like rock metal. It's all good to me.
Stuff like that, and I'm getting 7 likes so far, and now I've got 7 viewers. What the hell's going on?
Well, there you go. It's your 50th, man. Everyone's coming to your 50th. We're celebrating.
What the hell am I going to do for my 100th if I can get to that one?
I'm sure you will.
Probably will. I'll just be like this. This is my 100th one. My voice is very hoarse. I can't talk anymore.
Nah, it's all good, man.
I've lost my touch. But documentaries. Another one that I don't know if you've seen it. Anvil, the story of Anvil.
No, I haven't. I always meant to see that documentary because that was huge when that came out. There was like a big publicity push for when that documentary finally came out.
Documentary because you got.
I will watch it. Funny, you just reminded me of that. I'd completely forgotten that documentary came out, but it looked fascinating. I never watched it
4 or 5 times, and it's like, wow, still a powerful documentary because obviously it's 2 of the original members still in the band, Lips and Rob. I think that's the drummer's name. Yeah, Rob. And there's times where like joking around, friends and all that, and there's times where they're at each other's throats. or Lips is going off on him about something. And I've actually
it's quite a candid documentary then.
Yeah, pretty much, because they're talking about how
good.
They were obviously started in the 70s, and they got all these albums in the 80s, but then they kept getting overshadowed by, like, obviously you had Scorpions that appear in the documentary near the start when they're showing them.
I've got a soft spot for the Scorpions.
I saw them at Bloodstock. Actually,
I've never seen them live either, actually, but I do have a soft spot.
I heard them playing Winds and Change. I was like, Winds and Change.
I remember seeing Europe at Bloodstock 07, 08, somewhere around there, and bless them, they were doing their best. They were doing their best work, but they were up there playing, and obviously, you know, they want to play what they want to play. But there was a guy. I'm not kidding. If you can find video of this, it's probably any time it pans to the crowd during the entire, because this guy, Europe started, and from the time they started to the time they finished, he stood there with an electronic scrolling sign that just said "Play the final countdown," and he just stood there, deadpan in the crowd, holding it up the entire gig. Hilarious.
I gotta find this later.
Like, fair play to him. Like they ignored it, but it was funny. It was funny. He didn't move the whole gig. It was incredible.
Actually, I'm not doing deadpan. I'm going like, play it.
Well, yeah.
I'm sort of squinting, but I didn't go to Bloodstock until 2010. That's my first year.
I'm older than you. That's probably why. Yeah, I think that was my first Bloodstock. I went to see Blind Guardian. Blind Guardian were playing there.
Yeah, I didn't see them until.
But it was like, I think Amon Amarth were there. Was it that year Amon Amarth were there? Or the year after?
Yeah, Alex.
I think it was a weird one. There was one year which was kind of odd, and we had Carcass and Arch Enemy, literally one after the other, and it was like I'm watching the same band twice.
Michael Almott's in both.
like just a female vocal instead, but it was really weird because back then this was before. Is it Alyssa, the new singer they got for?
Wasn't it Angela?
Yeah. So it was back when they had Angela. So it was like earlier days of Arch Enemy back in 07, 08, somewhere around there.
Yeah, because she's left the band, but she's managing them.
Yeah, and that Alyssa, she's fantastic.
Oh yeah, I saw Arch Enemy with Creator when they played the O2 in 2014. 2014. I was like,
I've seen them live with her. She's really good.
Wow, the fucking chops on this one. Fucking vocals on this one. Fucking hell. You know, because when I hear female vocals in music, they're doing all the clean stuff, but then I hear them doing death metal.
Have you heard their latest stuff though? She does clean vocals on that, and she sounds great.
I haven't listened to much Arch Enemy, so I'm gonna have to get back on that.
She does clean vocals for the chorus is one of their new songs. It's actually really, really good because she did do clean vocals before Arch Enemy.
Yeah, got that blog on Spotify for that.
But yeah, seeing Carcass and then Arch Enemy next to each other was really odd back then. It's like the same.
It's like Michael just doing two fucking sets. One's more melodic death metal, one's a bit more. Well, Carcass went melodic death metal for a bit. All this doing it. I don't fucking know. Other metal documentaries. A lot of people are going to know this one. A Headbanger's Journey. Metal Headbanger's Journey. That one.
That's a great documentary. Yeah,
love that documentary because
I have that on DVD somewhere.
You got Neko Butcher from Mayhem.
Yeah.
Completely drunk at Vakin, I think it was. And he's trying to ask.
I think it was Vakin because there's a few interviews there that are clearly at a festival somewhere.
He went to all these different festivals because like, we're filming a documentary. And then it's like, you're filming. You cast as crew. Yeah, come on in. And I've still not been to Vakin.
No, me either. Never.
I've not been.
Always wanted to. I mean, he's got like the coolest bands.
Yeah, I want to try and get Avatar on it.
That would be awesome.
Because have you heard Morning Alex's band's single yet?
I've only seen. No, I haven't heard the single. I've only seen like filmed live footage of you guys.
Yeah, I was
didn't even know you'd released it. So that's cool.
Yeah, we got a YouTube channel just called Avatar.
I will add you after the stream.
Thank you very much. And since it is my band, I'm going to plug it on my channel.
Yeah, why not, man? Plug it away.
So if people are all of you are still here and you haven't heard my band yet, we are not just on YouTube, but we're on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
Right.
And our EP will be on Bandcamp, and if we can, for digital release, because obviously some people like to digitally download things these days, but we might actually do some CDs so you can have a physical copy, because I love my physical copies.
I love physical copies of most things. I still love books. I still love DVDs. I still love CDs. Yeah.
And I got given this CD for free when I went to one gig 2 weeks ago. It was Volbeat from Denmark.
Yeah, I love Volbeat. I have not haven't heard their latest stuff. Apparently, it's not so great, but
well, they played some of it live. It's pretty cool. But the band I'm on about is it's David Ingram from Benediction. He lives in Denmark. He's been there since '98.
Yeah.
This is one of his many projects, Hell, Frost, and Fire.
Nice.
Fire, Frost, and Hell. He gave me. I said, he asked, "Have you got this CD?" I was like, "No." So I got a copy for you. I'll give it to you. Got a copy for you, and he just gave it to me on the day. I was like, "Cool."
At one point, Guillotine Dream and Co used to pay me in T-shirts and stuff for videos. So I've got their album handy. I've got Guillotine Dream and some Mirror. Those are the only albums I've got in reach right now. But
yeah, I got my vinyl collection there, and obviously Number of the Beast is in there, and I would try and get out. I was like, open the door and then scurry like that. That's not the only one I got on vinyl. I got Somewhere in Time.
It's weird, like I said, because I heard it as a kid, I cannot listen to Number of the Beast on CD because I'm so used to the sound of that vinyl.
Yeah, that's what I like when I put the vinyl when I was doing sewing for my black jacket over there.
Yeah.
I just put it on vinyl for that.
There's just certain sounds that just, it's just great. Like, and it is really good quality. I mean, good quality vinyl is superior to CDs and MP3s.
This is so much better. Joe's back with In Metal, A Headbanger's Journey. I always remember the moment when they asked Gull his inspirational motivation or something.
Yeah.
As he does, he was holding his wine glass and Dead Man States Satan. Yes, I remember that. He's just like this.
Yeah.
It's like Satan. It's like Satan. Obviously. Yeah, well, yeah, because I mentioned Waldruna, Einar Selvig, the man behind Waldruna, used to drum for Golgoroth back in the early 2000s.
Oh, really?
He used to be a metal drummer, but he's since.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I found his now. I thought, fuck off, really. Robert, what's your band? What's your?
Well,
Aventail, Rob.
Aventail.
Aventail.
How do you spell it?
Aventail.
There you go.
There you go.
Find them on YouTube.
Find us on YouTube, Facebook, and all that. And also, this was Alex's idea: business cards.
Oh, nice! I actually thought that was a cassette tape when you had it down there.
Yeah, very thin one.
Yeah. Well, no, I couldn't see it when you picked it up, but
if anyone who's into folk metal and all that, if you recognize the logo style, it's the same person who did Ensiferum's logo.
Oh, cool!
It's the same person.
It's a cool logo, man.
It's really good. Yeah, no, you've done it. Really.
I mean, I'm seeing it backwards, but it's cool. You know,
nice and green. Nice and green. We've got some patches as well at Black City Records. So if anyone wants a patch, I'm not sure how much they're going to be sold for yet, but there you go.
Oh, they're going to actually stock them there.
Yeah, because Alex got patches made.
Oh, that's awesome.
So there was 10 with a green logo on it and 10 with white on it. So
that's really cool, man.
That's the only two colours we got at the moment. But I think that's all we need is green and white, because that's very folk metal colours.
Yeah. No, that's pretty good.
Very folk metal colours, and for anyone who's interested, Aventail is playing again in September at the same festival, Warhorns. We played the post-winter camp in March, and we're playing the main one in September.
Where is it?
It's up in Shelby in West Yorkshire.
Oh, okay.
By Drax Power Station. if anyone who's watching is familiar with Track Power Station.
I'm not.
You're not.
No.
I wasn't familiar with it because I've not been to Yorkshire so many times. Too many times. I've been to Leeds, I've been to Sheffield, but I've not been to anywhere like that.
Yeah. That's a nice area, you know.
Yeah, well, Alex thought, do you want to camp in winter in Yorkshire?
Brilliant. Yeah.
And I did.
Sounds
and I'm not
great.
doing it again.
No.
Because it was a stupid idea. I had to put on my hoodie and my beanie while I was in my sleeping bag trying to sleep.
Yeah, it's winter.
It's fucking winter.
And when you get up there, like if you get a train from Bristol to Sheffield or to Doncaster or where York, you step off the train, you can feel the temperature drop as soon as you step off the train. It drops by a few degrees. Like winter up there is no joke.
It's no joke.
I wouldn't be camping in it, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Deep Purple. Yes, that is a great documentary and a great band, Mike. That's good. Yeah, it's really good. It's one of their newer. Yeah, it's one of their newer documentaries. It's really good.
Yeah. Another one I've watched is Cannibal Corpse's documentary. I got the DVD.
I've not seen it.
It's a great documentary. It goes from the start, like with all the bands they were in before Cannibal Corpse up to when that was filmed.
Right.
So, but a lot's happened since that documentary.
Well, yeah, that's the trouble when they release documentaries kind of mid-career, right?
Mid-career. Yeah, he just asked, how do you spell that again? So I've just put it in the chat.
Right. Oh, well, there you go. Check the chat.
It's AV. Trying to.
See, even you don't know, Jake.
I can't remember my own band name. What is wrong? What is wrong with me? Other documentaries. There's one by Autopsy called Born Undead.
I didn't even know they did. See, I
didn't know they did it. I found the documentary.
Didn't know they did it.
I thought, well, I love this band. I'm going to check this documentary out.
That's cool. Yeah, I had no idea.
I've got quite a few documentaries in there. There's one just called Grindcore.
Right.
Which is filmed back in the 90s, like early 90s or something. And there's some bands talking about it, but others are just music videos.
Right.
So Entombed and Cerebral Fix are the only ones, I think, the only two bands that have just the music videos. Have not been asked about, what do you think about Grindcore?
It's not really a documentary if it's just music videos.
But no, well, there's only two music videos. Most of it's like either some bands with them playing like live somewhere, or it is their music video, but they're still talking.
Right.
So it goes in. So it's like there's the band talking about it. There's their music video. That sort of thing. And I got some live.
Live DVDs. Plenty of live DVDs, but you know.
Yeah, I got At the Gates' documentary as well. I got that. Have you seen that?
No, I have not.
Really, really good. It was filmed in 2008, so they played Bloodstock that same year.
I probably saw them there.
Yeah, because that's when they just recently reformed.
Yeah.
And then they were playing stuff from Slaughter of the Soul, and everyone was just singing to it. It was like, fucking hell, I know this. Before I even knew it, because I saw them in 2011 at Bloodstock.
Mm. I didn't know them. If I saw them, I wouldn't have known who they were by then.
I didn't know they were. And I was like, where are these guys from? Sweden. I love my Swedish man.
Automatically good.
Well, I'm biased. What's Rob saying? Do you play on every album and EP?
Do you play on every Aventail album and EP? I'm assuming that was the question.
Yes. Well, we haven't got our album out yet, or EP's not out yet. But
Is
yes,
it recorded?
I play on it. It's recorded. Our guitarist Neil's recording it from his house because we got this. Platform. Can't remember what it's called now, but you can do it remotely from your own house.
Yes. Well, Joe is Joe Kelly's working on an audiobook series called Analine City, and I wrote an episode of that for him, and I was really amazed because we did a read through over Discord, and they recorded all of the vocals there and then, their performances.
Wow.
So it's amazing what you can do these days. I have no idea, you know. I was like, you're going to have to get them in the studio, right? That's not going to work. You know? But yeah, I mean, I guess if they record it and send it over, you've got the original, Discord chat and the Discord bit, and then you've also got the file sent over.
Yeah,
It
I'm
works.
trying to remember what it's called now. It's that's it. VST Connect Performer. That's the one I got.
Right. I wouldn't have used it, but
Well,
that's
the one.
it's really cool.
That's the one Neil suggested.
Yeah.
I use.
Mm.
And
So is there a release date for the EP? See, I'm interviewing you now.
I might as well tell people.
Tell them.
No, there's no release date yet.
Oh, okay.
But our guitarist is getting back on it. We just got some more vocals to do for one more song. We only got one more song to do.
Mm-hmm.
But he's been so busy and stressed out with work and stuff.
Life gets in the way of these creative endeavors.
He's been I think his mental health took a bit of a knock, but you know.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. That's.
Well,
I actually saw Alex the other day, actually, not so long ago. I went out for a drink with Janie and just ran into him at a pub.
Well, you'll find Alex in the pub.
Yeah.
Sorry, Alex, if you're watching this. But who's the band on Spotify called that? We're not on Spotify yet, Robert.
Just a different band to them, I guess.
But my other band, Herbicidal, which is a doom band, is.
Yeah, what happened to Herbicidal? You just stopped doing that.
We didn't meet up. We couldn't do anything. So it was like shit. Fuck it.
It was a bad time because you guys pretty much formed with the pandemic coming on, right? It's like within.
Well, I joined the band in 2019, so I did that gig in 2019 at the Griffin,
and then that was it.
And then recorded the only full-length album we got out, called "And Nothing Was Achieved." Funny enough.
Funny enough, but you did achieve something. You did an album.
We did achieve something. We got an album.
That is an achievement.
It's me doing vocals on that, doing like mix of black metal, death metal style vocals, even though it's cast as stoner doom metal,
right?
And obviously, if you go on our encyclopedia profile, lyrical themes will just say weed.
Well, we did we had an EP of just horse-based puns. So
horse-based puns.
It can be done.
Well, if you listen to this album by Herbicidal, it's a very DIY type of album because the guitarist Leon, who does the clean vocals on the album, mixed and mastered it from his place.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So the quality might be a bit.
But doesn't that just add to the charm?
It adds to it though. So it's. I'm proud of that album. So.
But that's on Spotify, is it?
That's on Spotify. Yes.
Well, there you go. Check out Herbicidal on Spotify.
What's that band called again? The Herbicidal. I'm just gonna type the name.
Just put everything. Spam everything in the chat. Plug all of your things.
There you go, Robert. There's the band Herbicidal. Band's been split up since 2021, but Leon was chatting to me a while back saying, "Oh, we can just try and reform the band again," because he was on about filming a music video for one of the songs in a cemetery. But
I mean, we could,
because our band picture, if you go on the Talon page, which funny enough, I'm going to share my screen one more time so you can see it. That is my old doom band.
Herbicidal, yeah, there you go. That's how you spell it.
And there's a picture. I'm in the middle, holding a bag of moss.
See, now you. I mean, you got away with it, guys. Which is great. I'm not sure about turning up with filming equipment to a cemetery to try and pull off a music video in a cemetery. No. But good luck to you.
I have to contact him about that again because I haven't talked about it since. But yeah, this is the album. And Nothing Was Achieved. And yeah, one of our songs is called Still Life of Moss. You can see the length of the songs though. Look.
Yeah, it's definitely a doom band.
Yeah, like Weed Bonner, 8 minutes 2 seconds. Still Life of Moss, 13 minutes 7 seconds. Bombarian Queen, 9 minutes 52 seconds. And then the last one, which I just came up with the title on the spot in a rehearsal, Vapor Slave, 13 minutes 33 seconds.
Damn.
I know, right? So,
well, that's a set.
That's a
like
set.
5 songs as a set.
That's the only, yeah. The one of them was the intro.
But if it's 9 minutes long,
yeah,
it's fine.
And we used this sound effect, which was from Leon's son's old alien mask. It made like this weird sound. So I was like, that'll work. Does Durs play any instruments? Any instrument will sing?
I used to sing badly.
He was in a metal band, Joe. He wasn't.
I was in a punk rock band and a metal band, but I wasn't
and
very good. So, but it was good fun.
I mean, all I did in Herbicide was scream and growl and shout a lot of the time. In Avondale, it's more growling. So, and maybe fruit singing at some point.
Do it. Make it happen. Yeah, I was never good at the singing thing. I can talk, and I can film music videos. I can do music videos.
Yeah,
but that's about it.
Yeah, music videos. Maybe you can film an Avondale music video. Who knows?
Oh, I will happily film an Avondale music video.
So, Alex, if you are watching this, I don't know if you are. Depends where the fuck you are. Might be. I'm actually seeing him tomorrow.
Just let me know.
Just let me. Yeah. Alex Durs said he'll film a music video for Avondale when we got our EP done, but we don't know which song we'll pick yet. So
no rush, man. Just let me know.
We'll just get the EP sorted out and then spam that to promoters and radio DJs and
everyone.
Everyone. And all that bollocks. You know, all the things the bands have to do to, get your name out there.
Yeah, I imagine you got to do quite a lot.
We kept doing that prior to Warhorns.
Yeah. And did you get much, once you did Warhorns, did you get much kind of attention from that? I imagine you would.
We had people liking the Facebook page and then
that's great.
Watching when the single was out.
Obviously now you're going to go back. So you'll,
Yeah, the song's called The Throne of Evil, which is from the upcoming EP, The Throne of Evil.
Nice. And that song is already available on YouTube, is it?
It's on YouTube now.
Yeah, I didn't even realize you released it, so I will definitely listen to that.
Yeah, I've been meaning to just spam it to people like, here's our song.
You should get out there.
I keep forgetting to do that. It's like,
it's kind of important that you share
the
things you
brain. I'm at now since I've just mentioned that and you're saying do it, I've got to do it.
Do it.
He's like, do it. Do what? Do it. Be more specific. Do what? Do it. Oh, the song. Yeah, okay. But once the EP's out, people, for Avondale, I will let you know on here or Instagram because I got an Instagram page as well. Not a Twitter page because I never really used it in the first place.
Twitter is a miserable place.
My brother calls it Twitter, so there you go. Well, I don't know. No, there's some twats on Twitter, but that's about that. All the good stuff, metal documentaries. I'm trying to think of other metal documentaries when I was prattling on about Avondale and Herbicidal.
I vaguely remember seeing a Nightwish documentary once.
I think there was a Nightwish.
It's I can't think of the name of it, but I think they've done a couple. But there was one that was like a black DVD. I can't think what it was called.
I cannot remember.
But that was pretty good. I mean, it was just like a almost
I'm on and off.
Metallica, Year in Our Life. Was it Year in Our Life? Part 1 and Part 2 back in the day. They did. It was like on the Guns N' Roses tour.
Oh, that
one. The Guns N' Roses tour. And covers like James getting burnt and stuff.
Yeah, James got burnt. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Metallica had to cut their set short because of that. Well, obviously, because your front man's just got hit with a bunch of pyro.
Yeah, and I think the fans were understanding of that.
No one's Guns N' Roses.
I don't think they were so understanding of Guns N' Roses turning up 2 hours later and then only doing 40 minutes. That kind of upset them.
And doing 40 minutes, yeah, it's just stupid, isn't it? Like, look, one of the guys from the band you're on tour with is just gotten injured.
Yeah, didn't they? He just refused to go on stage early.
What you can do is at least an hour or two of whatever the hell you had planned in the first place.
Especially if you're going to make them wait for a few hours, you know.
Oh yeah, exactly. And then they did 40 minutes. The crowd erupted, destroyed the stadium, and pretty much half of Montreal. I think.
I mean, there's no excuse for that anyway. But
no excuse for that anyway. But they paid good money to see Metallica and Guns N' Roses.
Yeah.
And I seen Guns N' Roses download 2018.
I have never seen Guns N' Roses live.
Never saw them until that point.
And one of those reasons is actually that I was like, am I going to end up paying an absolute fortune for you to turn up like 4 hours late and, you know, piss about? But as I understand, I think when they reformed Guns N' Roses with the original lineup, didn't they shipped him off to AC/DC because I think they thought, well, Angus won't take any of that shit, and he might just like. I think they're you know, the tour manager might have been like, "Hey Axel, you should go do vocals for AC/DC."
Hey Axel,
because he was probably like, they'll make sure he turns up on time. They were like this diva, diva crap.
Yeah, being like the annoying talking orange. Hey Axel, hey Axel, hey Axel, hey Axel. That guy. Yeah, it's a good friend of mine, Ken's Death Metal Crypt. All right, hey, Ken, Jake. Thank you for tuning in. He's from Illinois.
Nice. And is that a YouTube channel? Death Metal Crypt?
Yeah, he's a YouTube channel. He does.
Cool.
He has done chats like I do.
Oh, sweet. I will add him after this.
And he uploads demos from bands that are no longer going, some that are still going, and some newer bands as well.
That's cool.
Which is really cool. Or mainly death metal because that's why his channel's called.
Yes, because it's the Death Metal Crypt. Yeah.
Because he was one of my guests on here.
Oh, nice.
And I thought, because I started chatting to him way before I started doing this.
Yeah.
And I said, "Do you want to be on there?" So yeah. And then he did a YouTube metal appreciation night last year.
Nice.
On Halloween. The Halloween. On Halloween. It was Halloween. It was Halloween Eve for him. So 30th of October. 31st for me. And then obviously I was the last lot with song. I'm gonna plug some more YouTubers here. So there's
do it.
The Death Doom Metalhead. That's Liam. He's in a band called Consecration. Definitely check that out. Really heavy doom death. It's dark as fuck.
Sounds good.
I swear a lot on this show. I do apologize.
It's your show. You can swear as much as you want.
Unless they're like, "Oh my kid, oh you're offending me." It's like, I'm not offending you. You just want to bitch about something. Sorry, I prattle on.
I mean, they might be offended, but it is your show. They can just turn it off.
I can do what I want.
Yeah.
Who's the other one? Mark G with a C, who's still in the band, a death doom metal band from back in the day called Enchantment, and they got a new album out, I think, at the moment. Ken, if you're still watching this, can you confirm that? Guns N' Roses is basically Axel and Friends now. It's messy. Yeah.
Oh no, really?
Yeah, I think it is.
I'm not surprised, but
when I saw them in 2018,
I thought they reformed with everyone again.
Yeah, they had Slash, they had Axel. I'm trying to remember who the bassist were.
I think Duff came back, didn't he?
Duff. I think Duff came back for that. Yeah, because that same year I also saw Ozzy Osbourne.
Nice.
Yeah, well, yeah, I know Mark's in Enchantment, Ken, but did Enchantment release a new album recently? Because I know they released something. I think it's their new album, long overdue. But yes, Mark. That's how that Mark's spelled, with a C. Mark G with a C. So, yes, guys, and you, Durs, check out Ken's Death Metal Crypt.
I will definitely.
Mark G with a C. Another one, Melanie Loves Death Metal. Melanie Loves Death Metal. Or, for sure, I was saying metal, but her channel is Melanie Loves Death Metal. And she shows a bunch of her collections and stuff and what she's gotten recently. I had her on the chat as well.
I always love seeing people's collections of things, so I'm down.
I'm doing that one. I haven't had that many guests. I've been trying to think, what can I do? I got a bunch of CDs, I got a bunch of tapes, and I got a bunch of vinyl. I'm just going to show that until I can get more guests.
Dude, people will watch that. People will definitely watch that.
Me prattling on like, so Iron Maiden, Number of the Beast, excellent album, classic.
You should do it. I think people would watch that.
I'll just
show your vinyl collection and stuff. That'd be cool.
Just thinking as well, Iron Maiden, Number of the Beast, came out in 1982. It's 40 years old.
Yeah.
I'm nearly 40 years old.
I'm getting there. I'm
Wow,
on my way.
I got to do a list of my favorite albums that came out that year that I turned 40.
Yes, you should.
And because I was thinking that when I was listening to Solve a New Machine, because that turns 30 on the 25th of August.
Does it really?
Yeah, yeah.
I thought it was.
Does it's it? 1992.
For some reason,
it came out in 92.
I thought it,
no,
92. I thought it was 91. That's weird.
I think they were calling it in 91, but didn't release it.
Okay. Yeah, in my head, for some reason.
No, they did. They recorded that album in 91 called Concrete, but they didn't release that because
that's right. That's what I'm thinking of.
They didn't like how it sounded. They didn't release that until 2002.
I actually quite liked it when they did release it.
Yeah, I liked it. It was really cool to hear the earlier versions of what you heard on Soul.
Yeah, I mean, you have to kind of listen to it in context to like Soul of a New Machine, and
Demanufacturer came out in 95, so that won't be 30 until 2025, but still mention that album.
The first Fear Factory album I heard
was that one.
Oh yeah, Demanufacturer. I love Demanufacturer.
I saw them on tour when they did that in full. When they played a bit, they did that in full.
The last time I saw them, I think they played the Anthem Rooms. I don't even know if the Anthem Rooms are still going.
I saw Delane there.
Oh, nice. Where did I see Delane? I saw Delane. Maybe I saw them there.
Yeah, the answer that was 20.
Yeah, it might have been 2020.
God,
my memory is shocking now. Like these days, my memory is so bad.
I was looking at set list of where bands have played over the years, and I when it went to 2000, like those who played in 2000, Slipknot was there.
Really?
They fit Slipknot in that room.
In the Anthem Rooms.
In the Anthem Rooms.
Did you like? I swear, almost every time I went to the Anthem Rooms, the sound cut out. Like power cut, sound cut.
It didn't happen when I saw Delane back in February 2020.
Was it Slipknot in 2000 though? I guess that kind of works nowadays.
Bigger then, so they didn't have all the shit they got now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not like the biggest Slipknot fan, but their live show
albums.
I still really like their first album. But,
their first album, the self-titled, but I love IRO. That's my favorite. It's always great seeing people who are passionate. It is, Joe. Your love for your music and what you acquired.
Acquired, yes.
Yeah, it'd be cool because I'm reading this. I was reading something. My mum was telling me it was something else. Be cool to see. Some would be true of Durs game collection. Yes.
Thank you, man. Yeah, I should do that at some point.
I have seen your. Cool. I think I've seen some of your game collection. Well, some of it was
possibly. Yeah, it moves around the house. It's in various places. But
no, I'm going to come back to your place, and your movie collection's moved.
Everything's moved in the pandemic. I pretty much moved everything into this room.
You're still in the same place.
Still in the same place for now. Yeah. But I've pretty much moved everything downstairs because
it's a cool place. It's near the harbour.
Early in the lockdown, I was like, "Oh God, if I end up getting ill with COVID, and I'm in bed and I can't be around my housemate, I've got to separate. I want everything in my room. I just want everything here. Yeah, so as much as possible, I've got it here.
Yeah, I'm trying to do something in here because obviously I got this old school poster up here. I don't know if you can see that.
That's a cool poster.
That was from David from Black City Records.
Nice.
Because he saw that.
Is that an original?
There's an original from 1992.
That is cool.
But he saw these bands when they played the UK.
That is awesome.
But these are the European dates because he got that when they played wherever he saw them in the UK. It might have been London, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, "Do you want a present?" I was like, "Yeah."
Of course I want a present. Why wouldn't I want a present?
Gave me that. My signed drum skin by Lamb of God. And the Black City Records 1 anniversary show that happened back on the 30th of April. That little one there, that poster.
Yeah.
And obviously there's a rag there from when I clean my vinyl after playing them.
Good man, you should clean your vinyl.
And this is the vinyl cleaner I use.
Nice.
There's a lot in there, so I won't run out.
No, anytime soon I wouldn't have thought.
Not anytime soon. Well, since I mentioned Iron Maiden, I might as well get one vinyl of them out.
Show people vinyl.
I will show people vinyl. It's my.
I haven't seen Number of the Beast on vinyl since I was living at my parents' house. So, see, that brings back some memories.
I think it's an original because look at that. It's a bit, bit ripped.
Do you know, weirdly, because I used to listen to it when I was very young. I used to think that "Number of the Beast" was the first song on the album.
And there's the back.
Yeah.
First song. What is the first song on there?
Invaders, isn't it?
Invaders, and then it's Children of the Damned, the Prisoner.
But because side B,
side 2 has Number of the Beast on that one.
Starts with Number of the Beast. As a kid, I always, for some reason, I guess I never looked at which was side A or side B. I always assumed the album opened with Number of the Beast. So when I got it on CD, I was completely confused as an adult. I was like, "What the fuck?"
But I like the cover though, because look at that. It's obviously got Eddie here.
Dude, you could do an episode.
And then the devil went there.
If you want to do an episode on something, you should do an episode on album artwork. Because there's an episode.
See, this is why I get guests, so they can give me cool ideas.
I can just give you cool ideas, and then I'll fuck off, and you can do those ideas.
Fuck off! Don't like you anymore. I'm joking. No, I kid, of course. I got a Judas Priest album here, an old school one. You might recognise this one. Sad Wings of Destiny.
Dude, that is
1970s.
Awesome. That original?
I think it is. I can't remember.
Dude, that's cool.
But I know it says 1970. I might have been recorded in 75. It might have come out in 75. But when I looked last night, it said 1976.
Right.
But I haven't played it yet. Yeah, so I got my blue metal battle.
It's one of my lesser, not my favorite Priest album, if I'm honest, but it's got some tunes on it for sure.
It's got some fucking tunes.
What's your favorite vinyl?
My favorite vinyl. Oh,
what's your favorite?
Okay, let's see. You put me on the fucking spot here. Easy.
I love this is your show, and I'm just asking.
No, you can ask me stuff as well.
Oh, that's awesome.
Dismember, like an ever-flowing stream. Ken, if you're still there, you'll appreciate this.
Dude, that artwork is great.
There's the back. Them
nice.
covered in blood.
The pig's blood.
Yeah, I saw these guys in Sweden in 2019. They reformed, and they played a lot of stuff from this album. And I got to meet 3 of them, and I had the drummer on here as well. It's a gatefold one, so you got the band there, the lyrics there, and an awesome logo there.
Nice.
But Swedish death metal at its fucking finest.
That's pretty damn cool.
But then I'm going non-metal here with Dire Straits.
Dude, there's nothing wrong with Dire Straits.
There's nothing wrong with this. Nothing wrong with Dire Straits. I love this album. My dad's got on CD.
Great.
Somewhere.
Is that Sultans of Swing? Yeah.
It's it's Brothers in Arms.
Oh, Brothers in Arms. Yeah.
Because it's got one of my favorite song on here is Money for Nothing.
Money for Nothing is one of the first MTV videos ever, right? One of the first music videos, if not the first. I don't know.
True. Might as well show one more Swedish death metal album I like, if I can find it. Entombed.
Oh, excellent.
Land Path.
That doesn't even look like you've opened it. Or is it
No,
just...
I was like, I should really open this and start playing some fucking Entombed.
You can't beat vinyl.
You can't beat vinyl. That's why I got this table so I can,
I know people collect what they collect, and I love that people collect what they collect. I've got a few VHS tapes because they look cool. I like the look of VHS tapes.
I haven't got any more VHS tapes, I don't think.
No, and that's fair enough. But people.
Well, do them in boxes.
Yeah, but it's cool, right? But the quality of VHS is crap. Let's be honest, it's not great. But vinyl is superior analog quality of vinyl. Vinyl. Nice.
Yeah, vinyl is an original pressing. I was going to say
that's awesome.
I kept the sticker on. It's one from 1989.
Nice.
First pressing of Righteous Pigs. Yeah, it cost £25 in Black City Records. Band down there. Cool. But I don't want to play it because I don't know how much has been played and how scratched and.
It should be alright as long as your needle's good.
Yeah, needles good. I mean, I might have to use the vinyl cleaner just to spray it and just give it a good once over. I'll show one more vinyl, I think.
Show us one more, Jake.
Thin Lizzy, Jailbreak.
Ah, Jailbreak.
I think for when I do my blue jacket, it's gonna be like really heavy stuff, and then stuff like this when I'm putting on patches.
Yeah, why not? Mix it up, man.
There's the legend himself, Mr. Phil Leonard.
Love me some Thin Lizzy.
Yeah, that man gone too soon.
Waiting for an Alibi. That is my favorite Thin Lizzy song.
Thin Lizzy. And I will show more of that in a separate video, not like this.
Yeah, no, that's cool, man. It was nice to see some of your collection anyway, you know.
Yeah, I would get CDs, but they're over there and I don't want to move.
No, that's all good.
I don't want to move. Trying to think what kept. Well, so vinyl. So you got a vinyl collection by the sounds of it.
No, well, I have a small vinyl collection. Most of the vinyl I used to listen to is my dad's, so that's still at my parents' house.
Still at your parents' house?
Yeah. I've got some vinyl. I've got a lot of old Misfits albums on vinyl. I was a big fan of Danzig. So I was huge as a kid. I got heavily into Misfits, Sam Hain, and then Danzig. So got a bit of that on vinyl. I think I've got Metallica Kill 'Em All on vinyl still.
Kill 'em fucking all, man.
Yeah. I've got some random albums on vinyl. I've got the Painkiller single on vinyl. Yes. I'm trying to think now. Yeah, I don't have that much vinyl anymore. I used to have quite a bit.
I wanted to play vinyl already. What's this?
I love this idea.
Bands doing cassette tapes these days. Yeah, I'm going to do that with my death metal band.
I think it's awesome. I love that people are doing cassette tapes now. That's why when you got the business card, and I said, "Oh, I thought it was a cassette tape," because so many people are doing that now, and I think that's so cool.
I don't know if we're going to do and the fact have and tell, but yeah.
Yeah, but the fact that you've got a new vinyl CD player that comes with a tape player as well just shows how big that's becoming now.
I tested the tape player with Def Leppard, and then a death metal band's not going anymore called Gutted. With that album, Bleed for Us to Live.
I used to. I try not to play tapes where possible.
Yeah, I don't want to overuse the tape player just in case it.
Well, it's the age of tapes are a terrible media for preservation. I've got like
albums and be done with it.
Being a UK kid, I don't know if we've got some American people here. It will be different for Americans.
Ken, who has a bunch of his old demo tapes that he got back in the day.
Oh no, yeah. But the point I was making, if you're American, it would have been disc. In the UK, for Commodore 64, we always had tapes for games and programs. It was all on tape. Exactly. I've got a massive library of Specky and Commodore 64 tapes back there, and I will not play any of them because they're so old they will just break.
No, that's more of a collector's vein now. So
yeah, but with new tapes, I love that tapes are making a comeback. I think it's awesome.
Like with tapes, there, like if I found like an old school demo from one of my favorite bands that I've just shown you now, I wouldn't play it because I don't know when it was last played or if it's going to get tuned up in my tape deck. You know?
Yeah, but that's the worry. That's my.
These are brand new tapes.
Fear.
But these are brand new ones that were like re-releases, so they might be okay.
If they're brand new, they'll be fine, dude.
But yeah, I was just reading this. It's mainly in the punk DIY scene. But do you think these would be interest in other genres?
I know a few bands that have metal bands that have done it. In fact, James, who I've had on the X-Curse, James Brindicott, he has done. They're not strictly legal, so like he's not releasing them to the public. But he makes video game soundtracks and he makes them on tape. So he transfers them to tape and he makes album covers and everything for them. It's awesome. It's so cool. He'll take like a classic game, transfer all the songs, make the artwork, doesn't give them or sell them to anyone. He just makes them for himself and he just posts a photo with them and it's awesome. It's cool. There was a comment from Mike there that we missed.
Yeah, Mike, he's saying about I've got Led Zeppelin
Physical Graffiti on vinyl. That is a cool cover, man. That's really cool.
I'm trying to remember what it looks like.
Well, Jake, you could pull up a picture of it.
I'll pull up. Yeah, why not? Let's have a look at this.
I think I can as well. I use Streamlabs OBS, so I don't tend to use StreamYard. It looks pretty good though. I like it.
Oh right, yeah, I remember what it looks like. It's got the buildings on it. That's the one.
Mm-hmm.
I remember.
It's good.
But I said I was going to do this for the last bloody time, but I might as well just show it now. There we go.
It's a beautiful album cover.
Look at that.
That is cool.
Physical Graffiti by Led Zeppelin.
Yes, it's that obscure band, Led Zeppelin.
But Led Zeppelin. If no one's familiar with Led Zeppelin, then what the hell is wrong with you? It's like they're an awesome band. They are.
I never noticed until I joined this stream how much I spin around in this chair when I talk.
Yeah, I do that with mine.
Like I've never noticed before because I'm not on camera very often, but I'm like, I do that a lot.
I always do that. I'm just like spinning around when I'm watching a video or something. I've got to show this as well. This is the Black City Records 1 year anniversary festival.
Anyone in Bristol should check out Black City Records. That is an awesome shop. That's very cool.
It's an awesome shop.
It's like pretty much opposite the Griffin, right?
Yeah, it's literally up that road where all that scaffolding building that's happening now is up that road.
Mm-hmm.
And I've spent so much money in there. It's ridiculous.
I need to pop in, man. It looks so cool.
It is really cool. What's this?
Oh, that's awesome. I didn't know that. So the sleeve changes the windows when you pull it out. That's awesome.
Cool. I don't know. I haven't got the album. I need to get it. I need to get some Led Zeppelin on vinyl.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I mean, it's not all just going to be death metal, thrash metal, and whatnot. I'm going to get rock,
everything,
punk, some industrial, everything.
You should get some Queen for the Jubilee.
Well, I do have, not on vinyl, but I do have Shit Heart Attack by Queen on CD.
Oh, that's cool.
I love that album. Before I had the CD installer for the Mac, because this Mac I got doesn't have a CD.
Yeah, a lot of most
so I had to buy one separately
anymore. It's a pain in the ass.
And then I had to hear it on the PS4 downstairs, and I heard it on that. I was like, "This album's awesome."
Yeah,
but I will find that on vinyl, and I will play it on that vinyl.
You can't beat vinyl. You can't. I went to a mate's
house. He only lives like not too far from here, so I walked to his house. So I went to his house, had some beers, and put on Queen's Greatest Hits.
Nice.
Because, well, we both love Queen, but his girlfriend doesn't.
Would she just have to sit through it, or
no? She'll probably just take it off.
Like, was she there at the time, or
well, because the sort of stuff she's into is stuff like Gigi Allen and
Jesus Christ,
she loves Gigi Allen.
Wow, that's a
anyone on here.
I mean, fair enough, but that is quite a taste.
Anyone who's older than both me and Durs here, who remembers Gigi Allen? That dude was crazy. Well, actually, crazy is an understatement.
Yeah, I mean,
he was a mental case.
Yeah, I can see why she doesn't like Cream. If
yeah, Cream. Cream's another good one.
Oh, sorry. What did you say? I thought you said.
I said Queen.
Oh, Queen. I thought you said you were listening to Cream.
No.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't think he's got any Cream,
well. If she likes Gigi Allen, I can't imagine she's a big fan of Queen.
So I played Queen, and it's like, no, because I don't do these things very often, but there's always people going, selfie time. Yeah, cool, selfie. But I thought I'd do that, and I put in the message, listening to Queen, sorry, not sorry. It's like, why would I be sorry for listening to Queen? I mean, what's your favorite Queen song? So we're talking about Queen.
That is a tough question.
Because they got Bohemian Rhapsody, We Will Rock You, We Are the Champions.
I would say
Queen.
Spread Your Wings.
Spread Your Wings, yeah.
Might be my favorite song.
Yeah,
I really love Who Wants to Live Forever.
Who Wants to Live Forever? That's, oh, yeah.
And it's really depressing. I love that song. And I think I love it more. Like, there are certain songs, like when you DJ live, that you just can't play because it'll kill a dance floor. And that's one of them. And yeah, I think that's half the reason I love it is because I just can't play it. I can never play it, but I love it.
You just get everyone just going, just crying like.
But no, probably Spread Your Wings.
Spread Your Wings.
If I had to pick a song.
What? Because obviously,
what about you?
Me,
Bohemian Rhapsody. You can't get wrong with that.
Well, actually, my favourite one from Sheer Heart Attack is Stone Cold Crazy.
Oh, it's an awesome song.
Which James Hetfield did vocals for at the Freddie Mercury tribute show in '92.
Yeah, they covered it on Garage Inc., didn't they, as well?
I think so, yeah. But the first I found was James Hetfield with Brian May, John Deacon, Roger Taylor, and Tony Iommi playing Stone Cold Crazy.
What a lineup.
I was just like, and then James nailed it perfectly. I couldn't even sing that fast when I was trying to sing. I was like, nope, can't do it. Could probably play it on the drums, though, because I'm very good at learning drums on...
I didn't know you were a drummer.
Yeah, I'm a guitarist, a drummer, and a bassist.
Dude, all these hidden talents, I had no idea.
And
an actor.
And an actor. I'm a triple threat.
Yeah.
And if you can class this as a podcast,
This is a podcast, isn't it?
It's a visual podcast.
I've been on here for 2 hours. It's definitely a podcast. I know a podcast. I do podcasts. I know a podcast when I'm on one. Brighton Rock or Seven Seas of Rye. Yeah, Seven Seas of Rye.
Seven Seas of Rye. Yeah, fucking love that song. Yeah. Well, I grew up on Queen because of my mum.
Queen was always on in the car because I don't think my mum was.
Same with me.
I don't think my mum was such a big fan of Iron Maiden and Judas Priest. So when we were in the car, it was a lot of Queen.
Same with me. It was with my mum. It was Queen, Frank Sinatra.
Meatloaf.
Yeah, Meatloaf.
A lot of Queen, Meatloaf, Bon Jovi in the car, and then at home, we'd have the Iron Maiden, Judas Priest, and Deep Purple, White Snake, Rainbow.
With my mum, it was Queen, Elvis, Frank Sinatra, stuff. So
all solid musicians.
I was like, because I love my metal, but then I love Queen a lot.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I'll be that guy in the death metal band wearing a Queen shirt.
You should be that guy.
I don't give a shit. I love Queen. And if there's a death metal song, like, oh, I also love Queen. Oh my god.
I am absolutely. I never understand the whole like ethos. I hate the term guilty pleasure. Because I genuinely think whatever makes you happy, with a few exceptions, obviously.
Queen makes me happy.
Like, when it comes to your taste in music or your taste in films, right? Yeah. Whatever you like, you should be proud of the fact that you like it. You shouldn't be ashamed of the fact that you like
it. Metal, horror films, folk music. Being out in nature makes me happy.
Being out in nature is awesome. I go out in nature first thing this morning before anyone was up.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, drunk people were still up.
Yeah, I went out 3 hours before doing this. But yeah, Queen. Is there any Queen fans who are still actually watching? Is any Queen?
Well, fans? Mike's a Queen fan. He's just giving you Brighton Rock and Seven Seas of Rye.
Mike is a Queen fan. Joe, if you're still watching,
Joe is definitely a Queen fan. I shouldn't speak for Joe, but I am going to speak for Joe. Say he's definitely a Queen fan. I'll be very surprised if he's not a Queen fan.
If he's not, then
I'll be surprised.
Shit's going to go down. But I don't know if my mate Glenn Eastman's back still on here. I don't know if he's a Queen fan, but I know he likes his thrash metal. He likes the band Warbringer.
Oh, cool. I don't think I know them. I'll have to check it out.
I've read some of me. I need to know some more of their stuff. Since we're talking about metal and stuff, have you got any festivals planned that you're going to?
No, I'm too old for festivals.
No,
do you know? I keep thinking about. I keep getting tempted to go back to Bloodstock. Like every year, the draw of Bloodstock gets like stronger, and every year I'm like, I don't know. But yeah, I think I will probably return to Bloodstock at least one more time before I give up festivals. Gig wise, I don't have anything planned, man. Well, I will have to wait and see. I really want to see. Recently, I got in during lockdown. I got massively into two bands.
Whose two bands are?
Beast in Black. Cool.
Yes, I know.
So much fun. Beast in Black and Dance with the Dead. I don't know if you know Dance with the Dead. They're like synth wave.
Name sounds familiar. I like a bit.
They're like synth wave. It's not really metal, but those two bands I would love to see live because I don't know why, but during lockdown you had a lot of time and there were two bands that really really resonated with me when I couldn't do anything. So I'd love to see them live.
I found a bunch of bands over lockdown. I found a bunch of new death metal bands. I thought, I don't know this band. And I checked out like a band called Soul Devourment.
I don't know them.
An LA-based death metal band.
Oh, nice.
Who else? One called Morbific. Sangris Sugabog. That's what they're called. There's a death metal band called Sangris Sugabog.
Nice.
Very, but their music videos are very tongue-in-cheek, sort of like. But their music videos are basically trauma films. They look like a trauma
there's
film.
There's nothing wrong with trauma.
They look like trauma films.
By the way, Joe says. Joe's commented. He says, "I would say most people should be Queen fans," and I absolutely agree. They should be.
Yes, Joe, I agree. Because there's a button. They're all Queen. Mike's a Queen fan. You're a Queen fan. Joe, Durs is a Queen fan. I'm a Queen fan.
But Queen went through so many different phases of music, right?
Like,
so they're pretty broad. I feel like there's probably
went a bit synthy in the 80s.
There's probably something that Queen did that will appeal to almost everyone. I feel.
I love all that stuff, but then at some point I might just go. I'll listen to all the 70s stuff first.
Yeah,
and that bit's done, and then another week or something it'll be all the 80s stuff.
I'm a bit weird like that when I find a new band or a new director. I'm like, I'll go watch from the start. I kind of like weird like that, where I feel like I have to start at the start and then work my way through the catalog.
So okay, see what he was doing here. See what he's trying to do with this film. Okay, he's nailed it with this film.
you get to see that progression as well. I mean, if you look for example, film wise, if you look at Peter Jackson, you look at things like Bad Taste, Brain Dead.
Brain Dead's amazing.
And then you watch Lord of the Rings, right?
Yeah, he went from
or his King Kong
directing low budget like B films, like horror films, to something big as Lord of the Rings and obviously his remake of King Kong.
Yeah, and
Karen.
There's a huge. Well, no, I was just going to say that there's a huge difference between those two movies, right? Between like Brain Dead and Lord of the Rings, right? And like, I don't know, Return of the King. Yeah. But there are a lot of the similar techniques, and you can see it. You can see the similar camera pans, the similar camera zooms. Like it's nowhere near as nuanced and as high tech as you would get in Lord of the Rings, but you can see the seeds of what you end up with. And I think it's the same with music. You start off, and if you go back to the start, you look at, we were talking about Fear Factory earlier, and it's really interesting when you go back and you hear when they release Concrete, you're like, oh, okay, I can see where you started and what became Soul of a New Machine and what informed everything you did after that.
Yeah, because they did an EP called Fear is the Mind Killer, which has some techno elements to it.
I love their remixes. Remanufacture is really good as well.
Remanufacturer, that's a great one too. I love their new album they released as well.
I haven't heard it yet. I'm so bad at listening to new albums.
So good.
I'll get around to it in like
I'm
a
off
year.
the Breaking Bands Festival. I know that, Joe. That's in Bromsgrove. That's where Beer McGillen gets held in August this weekend to see. Who's that? COVID. Okay. Later this year, and seeing the
dude,
Hans Zimmer versus John Williams at the Royal Albert Hall.
That sounds incredible.
Nice, man. I saw Devin Towns there back in April. He was amazing, and he played
Hans Zimmer versus John Williams, though. That's great. I'm assuming they're playing music. They're not having a boxing match or something.
That'll be funny.
I mean, I would pay to see either. But dude, Hans Zimmer versus John Williams. I mean, that's like a split right down the middle, right? No one wins that. That's just the audience wins from that. That's two of some of the best musicians we've got out there.
Definitely, John Williams.
Composers, anyway. Sorry.
John Williams. Has no one heard his music? It's amazing. Again,
Hans Zimmer. Hans Zimmer is very. The thing is, I think these days people only think of Hans Zimmer as that kind of Dark Knight music, which he kind of became known for.
He's done more than that.
The dude, he is varied in what he's done throughout his career, and if you listen back to his other stuff, he's done a lot. He's fantastic.
Yeah, because
I'm quite jealous of that gig, Joe. That's a really.
I'm jealous of that now. Mate, But I did go to the Royal Albert Hall to see Devin Townsend back in April. That was amazing. He played a lot of stuff he rarely played live on the second night, because on the first night, he played stuff he would play live all the time. But the second night, he played stuff he doesn't really play live anymore.
That's cool.
It's like stuff from mainly Ocean Machine, which is a fantastic album.
Mm.
He played one song, which my mate Chris, him and his wife are expecting their first child this month.
Oh, well, congratulations to them. That's awesome.
In 2 weeks' time? Yeah, 2 weeks' time.
Oh, that's good.
Trying to remember, 13th of June. Yes, that's the word. So.
Oh, well, I hope it all goes smoothly. And yeah, congrats.
Because it's funny, I was at Meshuggah, like I said earlier. He was convinced when we were there, if it did happen, that she would have gone into labour. We're at the gig, but he wouldn't have gotten the phone call because there's no signal in that bloody place.
Didn't someone gave birth at a Metallica gig recently?
I
right?
know.
A couple of weeks ago.
I know.
Like that's some serious commitment. I remember I went to see Marilyn Manson.
That's just mental.
Yeah, I went to see Marilyn Manson in Birmingham because one of my closest friends, her sister was going with her to see Marilyn Manson. She got pregnant in the intervening months, was heavily pregnant, and was like, I can't risk it. I can't risk it. So I ended up buying the ticket off her and seeing Marilyn Manson. Now, like, you imagine like the commitment you've got where you're like, I am like 9 months. I'm like, I am ready to give birth and I am still seeing Metallica.
I think her child was born just as they were ending Enter Sandman, I think, or something.
Right. She was like, well, it's the encore now. It's the encore.
It was either before or during it, she started to go into labour.
Jeez.
Not my friend, by the way, the woman at the Metallica.
No, the woman at Metallica. It ended up okay, though. I think she gave birth to a healthy baby and all good.
It's like, well, you had Metallica as a good coach.
What a story, though. As that kid, when you grow up, you're like, well,
I
was born at a Metallica concert.
Like,
you cannot get any more metal than me.
Yeah, how more metal can you get? I think that kid beats all metalheads.
I think so, going forward, right? That's pretty.
I mean, I got into it because of one of my brother's mates at school. He had 2 burnt CDs of 2 Pantera albums.
Pantera was your entry into metal, was it?
Yeah, Pantera, Metallica. Who else? Iron Maiden.
Is Iron Maiden everyone's entry in some way? It's like everyone's at some point. It was the entry.
At some point. Well, my mate Simon, who, because I've mentioned this, I think I mentioned it. I got a radio show on Top Rock Radio.
Yeah, congrats on that, man. Radio's great fun.
Yeah, I've been doing that since last year.
I did radio for, probably a
I just do it for my own house.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. See, that is great now. When I did radio, I used to have to fucking spend hours on a bus like twice a week, getting up there, recording 2 hours back.
Yeah.
Absolute nightmare. And then now, you lucky people, you just do it from your house. It's great.
Unless someone says, "Oh, we like your show. Go on Planet Rock." So where's that? This way. Oh fuck! Right off. I'm not doing that.
Mike says that his music taste started with Saxon, and that is one hell of a band to start with.
Good man, Mike. Good man. But with the radio show, it's obviously I've kept the Jakes and Metal, but I can't call it chat, so I had to call it Sessions.
Yeah, that works.
Metal Sessions.
Yeah, I used to do
it started out as just a podcast, me talking about the band and playing the music.
Mm-hmm.
And then I knew Jim Bimman since 2015 from Beer Mageddon. He gave Simon, my mate, who has the Metal Brethren show, also on Top Rock Radio, live from his Twitch channel. He hasn't been doing it on Twitch for a while, but he does it from his Twitch channel, which is called Metal Brethren.
Cool.
He's the second Saturday of every month. I'm the third Saturday of every month. But I've had some gigs coincide really clashing with it, so I didn't do one in May. But my next one's in June. On the 18th of June. So if any of you got any requests, do message me.
I will have some requests by then. I don't have any off the top of my head, but I will do by then, and I will be free, so I will be listening. I went the other way to you. I did radio for about a decade with a movie show, which was actually called The Movie Show back then, and a rock show called Danger Zone Radio. And then I decided to do podcasts. So I went from radio to podcast. But it's good fun though. Radio's great.
Prefer? What did you prefer, the radio or the podcast? What? And what piqued your interest there?
I think I really enjoyed radio, especially because back then we were in studio. So we used to get guests in, we'd have bands in, we had the Bolsheviks in, we had Guillotine Dream in at one point. So that was fun. And I kind of like the live thing, which has set me up nicely for podcasting and live streams or anything like that. It's like I used to do this every week, twice a week. But I don't know, man. There's something I really enjoy doing podcasts now. I don't think I'd go back to radio at this point. But maybe I would if I could do it like you do it from your house. Maybe I would from my house. Yeah. Because I used to have to travel. That was the main thing that killed radio for me was the travel. Like traveling twice a week, and it used to take me hours of travel. It just got too much.
Yeah, I just do it from my room. It's easy.
If I could do it from my room, I probably would.
I mean, if someone gave me the chance to do what I'm doing here, but in person at a festival or something, I would take that opportunity.
Dude, ask about. You might be able to.
Yeah, I've been meaning to.
Ask about and say, like, I
do this.
You'd be surprised how what they will allow as like media, news media, or like just ask. Yeah. Just say like, hey, look, I do this podcast, I do this show. It's worth a punt.
Yeah, I mean,
it's worth a punt.
Just ask.
Ask Bloodstock and just say, hey,
I do this.
Why not? What have you got to lose? Just say, look, I do this podcast, I do this show. People tune in every time. I'm looking to do some interviews with bands. Do you mind? Why not?
Jay, you like the band Undeaf? Yes, they're a great band, Undeaf.
Death metal I don't know them. It's death metal, is it?
Yeah, I discovered them over lockdown, actually.
I'll have to check them out. I don't know.
One of their tracks had Trevor from the Black Dahlia Murder, who sadly passed away back in April.
Oh, shit.
That's a loss to the metal scene. So many metal musicians that I've grown to love, and they've all just died. And it just breaks all the metalheads' hearts out there. Fuck yeah, of course.
It's sad, but we're getting to that stage now. Unfortunately, that period in time where a lot of people that we used to listen to are getting to that age where it's getting, obviously it's really sad when it's someone taking you young. Yeah, that's awful. That's awful.
City 41. I was like,
yeah, that's terrible.
Shit, he's older than me. I'm 30. Yeah, I'm in the 30s club now, people.
That's all right. I'm 30. I'm 38.
You've been in the 30s
club. I'm 38 this month. So.
Yeah, you've been in the 30s club longer than I have.
Yeah, been in it a while. It's a good club. Welcome to the club.
Yeah, that's what I got from my brother and a mate of mine. Happy birthday, welcome to the 30s club.
Yeah.
What do I get? Nothing. Just that. Cool. Grey hairs.
Just stress and age.
Was it? I feel the same way, bro. Stress and age and
stress and age. I think he might have been talking about undeath. I don't know.
I'll be undeaf. Yeah. Probably undeaf. But I started getting greys up here and in my beard.
Dude, just roll with it.
Someone says, "Do your hair, mate. Do your beard." Fuck off! I'm not doing that.
I like grey hair. I've always liked grey hair. I have no issue with it. Do you know the only thing, the thing that kind of bothers me with grey? This show has gone so off the rails. I know, apologize. Right? We're just talking about hair.
A lot of metalheads do have. A lot of metalheads do still have the long hair.
Do you know what? I used to have long hair. Yeah, I used to have long hair. But the thing that I don't like about grey hair is this salt and pepper thing. If I had my way, I'd just be completely grey and just get it over with. Like the in between annoys me, but being grey, just roll with it, dude.
Yeah, well, obviously, I've been a metalhead since I was 11 years old. So at some point, when I'm old,
dude, you were listening to Pantera at 11. That's
yeah,
awesome.
I know. I'm still going to be listening to metal when I'm really old. And my granddad, who sadly did pass away back in 2010, he had bright white hair. And I want my hair to look like that when it's still this long.
You'll get there, dude. You'll get there.
want to be this. I want it still this.
You look like Sephiroth.
Sephiroth. Final Fantasy, very metal. But yeah, what Robert said,
dude. The end of Final Fantasy VII is absolutely metal.
Yeah, it's absolutely metal. But yeah, Trevor, and obviously, yeah, beards and hair in metal. Yeah, a lot of metalheads have beards, so
yeah.
So a bit of salt and pepper kind of makes a
seafaring beard. I agree. Yes.
Oh, it's a very metal.
100%.
What's this? Wait until you're 50. What the fuck?
Wait until you're 5,011, Jake.
I'm not going to live that long. But my legacy.
There's no room for that pessimistic attitude. You might reach 5,011. We don't know what miracle of modern medicine may happen.
I might
never know.
But it's like like I said, I released all this music with I released the single with Avantel and obviously Herbicidal's album. So it's like, who? Oh, Jake Bristow. Yeah, I've heard of that guy. Yeah, he had this band. He had this podcast. Like, my legacy will live on.
There you go.
In this format where we talk metal, but also random bollocks. So this is what's great about this show.
Yeah, he meant 50.
I meant, oh yeah, I meant 50. I thought you meant 50. Yeah. Oh,
I don't know. Some days I do feel 5,011 years old. This morning I woke up and I did feel 5,011.
Oh god, I felt like that after when I turned 30, went out with my mum just quietly, like nice breakfast to start my 30 off, and then went to the Griffin, went to an airport, went back to the Griffin, then went to the Christmas market last year, and then the 6th of November I was meant to go to Damnation, but I was just like, I can't function.
It's just too much.
I just can't function anymore. I thought, yeah, 30, I can still party hard. Nope. Nope, it's done now. I'm done. But then there's that little bit of energy that's it. The little bit of energy still that's like, yeah, you can still do it.
You can still do it. Yeah.
Do it. I go to all these gigs. Something's telling me I can still do it. But yeah, when I started this podcast, I was like, I don't know if any people are going to watch this or not. When I did it first live, it was on Facebook.
Yeah. Well, it seems like you've got a great audience, man. It's good fun.
I got obviously getting Mike and Joe in, Ken, my mate Glenn, Robert, who meant 50, not 5,011.
We got some comments to catch up on, dude. Joe's...
When are you coming to the States again, Jake? I am going to WrestleMania again next year, so in LA.
Well, maybe you and Robert can meet up there. I don't know American geography. That could be a long way. That could be a long way for him to travel. Not as far as you, though.
My cyberpunk future body, I might reach 5,011. Yes, Joe.
Do you know, growing up, I don't know about you. Like, how old are you?
30.
If you don't mind me asking. You're 30 now, right? So
last year.
I don't know if it was the same for you, but for me and probably Joe, growing up, the year like 2000 onwards was going to be cyberpunk. It was like going to be full on cyberpunk.
I was thinking like something,
and it was going to be 80s, 90s cyberpunk. So like the cyberpunk concept of the internet and the way things would work, very different to what we've got now. But we were kind of like, I feel like through science fiction, through popular films, we were promised something we still haven't got. But yes, I agree. If we end up with a cyberpunk future body, we may well live forever. That's the Altered Carbon.
Yeah,
that's the premise of those books.
Because you've got all these things, and it's like, all this technology that you were thinking about when you saw like Space 1999 or something.
I love Space 1999. We could turn this into a Space 1999 podcast right now.
Yeah, we'll turn it. right now. Right, we need
this podcast.
We need a metal band to do some sci-fi sounds and have that as just have Space 99.
Dude, if you want to talk about sci-fi sounds, Forbidden Planet, one of the most amazing soundtracks of all time.
Oh, man.
The score to that is just the weirdest, most amazing thing ever.
Forbidden Planet. Oof. This is what I like about with metalheads. They love obviously horror films, sci-fi films. You can mention something, it's like, oh yeah, I love that stuff from like the 50s and shit. It's like, that's why I'm thinking Jake's Metal Chat, we can talk about that stuff.
I fully appreciate and I apologize that on your 50th episode I have sent you wildly.
No.
Feel free to bring us back on topic though. Ask anything you want.
It's like it's cool. 50th one, let's just chat whatever. It's like when I reach like the big this is the big 5-0, so like the big 6-0, big 7-0 or whatever. It's just gonna be like this sort of thing. But yeah, metal. Yeah.
I think when you reach 100 episodes, you should just invite everyone on. Just get just send the link out to your to your regular listeners, get them all on, and just have a big old metal chat.
Ooh,
that'd be good fun.
It'd be fun.
Obviously don't give it out to anyone.
No,
give
just
it out to your regulars, the people you know that are cool and they're gonna,
just
not misbehave. Yeah. If they got a microphone and a camera.
Because I'm actually doing something similar to that. I'm going to bring back maybe 2 or 3 guests that I've had like the early ones from the start on, and then we just chat about metal and stuff. Metal. I mean, like metal from when they were growing up and then to how it is now, sort of thing.
Yeah.
And I think we covered basically every single topic we can think of: metal and horror films and sci-fi. I mentioned H.P. Lovecraft because I spoke to Cam Lee.
You did mention H.P. Lovecraft.
I actually haven't got my books over there.
I've got the collected volume here.
I don't have that one. It's the one.
I actually own. I think I own Call of Cthulhu more than any book I own. I think I own it about 5 times.
Yeah.
I've got it in hardback. I've got it on paperback. I've got it in this, and I've got 2 editions of the D&D book, which actually has the whole book of Call of Cthulhu in it as the flavor text. So I think I own Call of Cthulhu more than I own any other book in existence. But H.P. Lovecraft, fantastic. I do think.
He fits a lot of bands.
Oh yeah.
You find if you go on Metallum and just put on lyrical themes, type H.P. Lovecraft, you see how many bands have him as a lyrical theme, have his stuff as a lyrical theme.
Now, I mean, I would say, I would say if you haven't read Lovecraft and you're planning on reading it, I would give a slight trigger warning.
Yes.
There is a lot of racism in there.
There is a lot of racism because he's written around the time where racism was very prominent.
It was written around that time, and B, he was a really he was an odd guy.
He was an odd fellow.
Some of his stuff is quite racist. He ended up marrying an immigrant. He's just a very strange guy. But I would say just be aware that
of what's in his stories.
What he wrote, the stories are incredible.
Yes,
but just be aware that there are some pretty
pretty
dodgy language use in there and racism. But in terms of themes and in terms of horror, it's some of the best horror I've ever read.
Yeah,
I kind of maintain it's almost unfilmable. A few films have managed.
Yeah, they're trying to do it at the Mountains of Madness, but he hasn't been able to do it.
No, but I mean, there's a lot of good Cthulhu-like films.
Yes, exactly.
Right? In the Mouth of Madness is a great Cthulhu-ish film.
Yes.
You've got The Lighthouse recently, fantastic Cthulhu-ish film.
Oh yeah, very Lovecraftian style.
I would say there are a few good. I mean, obviously Reanimator is great.
That was one of the first ones I watched before I even knew the hell Lovecraft even was. I just saw his name appear up, and I was like, "Who's H.P. Lovecraft?" Looked at him, I was like,
"Oh, well, there you go." Necronomicon's great.
Yeah,
Dagon. I'm a big fan of Dagon. Actually, if you've never watched Dagon, that's great.
I've heard of it. I don't think I've watched it.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird.
I know
It's
it.
like
I know it.
it's kind of a mix of Dagon and Shadow over Innsmouth. It's kind of like a weird mix of both. It's a great movie though. It's really cool. If you can track that down, that's well worth a watch.
And obviously, yeah, Lovecraft and metal, that works really well, because obviously a lot of the bands I've heard always mention something like Cthulhu, like especially Cam Lee from Massacre. He's got one band called The Grotesquerie.
Nice.
I think that band's since split up, but a lot of it was H.P. Lovecraft inspired songs, because he's been a huge Lovecraft fan since the 80s, I think.
Oh, that's cool, man. I mean, Lovecraft inspired so many people.
This is a badass episode, Jake, as all of yours are. Well, thank you, Robert.
Thanks, Robert. That's awesome. I feel like I've just been rambling for the last 2.5 hours.
That's what I do on the show. This is what we're about. We can just ramble.
It's good to know.
We can ramble about shit. It's all good.
See, I'm drinking because it's your 50th. I'm celebrating here, and you're not drinking. It's rude. Oh, so rude.
Fuck, damn it. Oh, when I see you in person, I'll get you a drink.
All right.
No, you buy me one. I'm joking. No, you can't.
If you were here, I'd pour you one.
If I was at your house, yeah. Because I've only done one in person Jake's Metal Chat with a mate of mine so far. So,
how did you find it?
It was different from this.
Yeah.
Because this is how I usually do it. I'm usually talking to someone from.
So I used to do in person all the time, and then when COVID happened, transitioned to online. It's weird. Sometimes it works really well. It needs to be the right person.
Needs to be the right person. And luckily, I don't know why I'm pointing, because you can't see why I'm pointing, but he lives over that way, a bit on this in Bishopsworth. So I thought I had to look where his house was, because I had to look. I had to walk to where his house was. I thought, okay, that looks like his house.
Right.
I was like, does your house have a white door? And he's like, yes. Okay.
Oh wait, you took your recording equipment.
I took this to there.
Oh, dude, I'd never do that. I'm like, I've got a guest microphone. You can come to me. I'm not coming to you. Like, moving this would be that would be quite the journey.
When I come on your show, I'll come to you.
Dude, if you want to come in person, we'll do an excursus in person. Come on down, man.
Do that. Definitely.
We'll arrange that in the coming weeks.
But for now, you're on my show, talking metal and other things, and other weird and wonderful things,
including Lovecraft. And I completely agree. Lovecraft is an incredible inspiration to so many artists in general, in every media or every medium. I mean, not just music, but film, art, video games, like everything.
What is this? UK Deaf and Black. Oh yes, Southwest.
Oh, that's the previous comment clarifies that.
Just joining the chat. Some proper Southwest. I was supposed to say Southwest accents.
Southwest accents. So, for clarification,
yes.
Normally, I have a radio voice, which is less Bristolian, but it's the 50th. It's the 50th. So I started drinking, and now the veil has slipped. And the Bristolian is out, right? That's what happens when I start drinking. So,
this is my voice for this, and also Jake's Metal Sessions. I don't have a radio voice.
Or no, you are you, man. That's cool.
That's just me, though. It's me. I don't need to.
Some absolute honesty.
I don't need to go like this. Oh, hello, welcome to Jake's Metal Chats. It won't work with a posh accent. It won't work. But
I like the Southwest accent.
Say shooting otters.
I'm assuming you don't want me to say shooting otters. I'm assuming you want me to say shooting otters.
Yeah, that's what.
Is that what you want? I'm assuming that's what you want.
That's what I just said. Shooting otters.
Shooting otters.
Shooting otters. How Bristolian can you get by saying that? I love otters. I don't want to shoot them.
No, I'm vegan. I don't want to shoot any animal.
See what you started now.
I didn't start anything.
Not you, him.
Oh, him. Yeah, he started.
You're laughing now, you bastard.
It's not funny to shoot otters.
It's just not funny.
Tis not funny.
It's not funny when you say that. Again, Lovecraft, and there's Hate and Edgar Allan Poe.
Yes.
A lot of metal bands.
A lot of films. A lot of metal bands. Yeah. Again.
There's a band called Rotting Christ from Greece, black metal band.
Mm-hmm.
And they did a metal version of The Raven.
Nice.
Which is really good.
That's awesome.
I got to meet you, Jake. I'll get you fucked up. Thank you, Robert.
Come down.
Depends where
That's
you
a
live.
promise right there.
Depends where you live, Robert. In the is it?
He might live in LA. You never know.
Might live in LA. What's that? Okay. Just say Scrumpy.
No, Scrumpy. Scrumping for apples.
Scrumping for apples.
Yes, Joe. I have listened to the music.
Yes,
of Christopher Lee.
Talk about Christopher Lee.
Christopher Lee is my favorite actor of all time.
Yes, definitely.
Ever. And I also love his metal albums. I think they're great. I love his Christmas album as well.
His Christmas album, his metal album.
Yeah, he's done some Christmas metal songs. I forget the band. What was the name of the band that he did? He did an album with a band. I can't think of the name of them right now.
Rhapsody. Rhapsody.
No, it wasn't. Was it Rhapsody? I don't think it was.
Yeah,
Rhapsody.
He did a music video with. He was in a music video with them with Rhapsody.
No, he did an album with a band. I
don't know which band though.
I'm just going to see if
I'm in
find
Illinois, but I will travel. Okay, Robert. Thank you very much for telling me where you are. I need to visit Illinois at some point.
Yeah,
because I want to go to Chicago and go to a place with deep dish pizzas.
Is that your life's goal?
One of them.
Oh, it's Charlemagne. Charlemagne was this.
Charlemagne, yes, that's it. Christopher Lee done a Christmas album? Yes.
I believe so. I didn't just make that up in a drunken
memory. I don't know. You just made it up.
I'm sure he's definitely done a few Christmas songs. Yeah, he did a heavy metal Christmas.
Oh, Chicago. Ken.
It's only got 2 songs on it. He did the Little Drummer Boy, and Silent Night. Little Drummer Boy. There you go. I said that as Bristolian as you can get.
Boy.
But yeah, he did a Christmas single. Sorry, it's 2 songs.
Yeah. I know when my Bristolian lot comes out, I go better. Better and butter.
I like the Bristolian accent. I don't think it's not a bad thing.
Yeah, I remember doing a chat with on Zoom, and someone said they couldn't understand what I was saying. I was like, "Well, you think I'm hard to understand? Go a little bit further south in Bristol. You're not going to understand anybody."
Yeah. I mean, we're
Drummer Boy blast beats.
Not so much. Okay. Go listen to it. It's on YouTube.
No, I'll listen to Christopher Lee.
You should always listen to Christopher.
Because he's very metal. Awesome. He's very metal. I mean, he's played Dracula. Fuck knows how many times he played Dracula. He played the Mummy. He played the Frankenstein monster. He was in the Wicker Man.
One of the best films ever made.
One of the best films. Very, very pagan atmosphere in that.
And oh God, the Wicker Man is just one of the finest films ever made. Not the Nicolas Cage version.
Not the Nicolas.
The Christopher Lee version.
One ever. I love the South accent. I'm from London. Do we all sound like wankers?
I'm sure you don't sound like a wanker, but some of you do. But some people from Bristol sound like wankers too. Some people with West Country accents definitely sound like wankers.
I definitely sound like wankers,
including myself.
Yeah, I've gone to so many gigs where we're all talking. It's like I just think about it. It's like, yeah, we all probably just sound like wankers.
Oh, you fucker! See, now you're going down in my estimation.
The bees.
Yeah, that's a Wicker Man remake.
Not the bees. It's like,
reference.
Oh God, I've even seen Nicolas Cage turn on the Christmas lights in Bath.
I love Nicolas Cage.
Oh, he's great, but what the bees? Shut up, Joe! Shut up!
Fucking Wicker Man remake.
Look what you started, UK death and black metal. Look what you started. Do not do this.
But the original Wicker Man is one of the greatest films ever made.
Yeah.
I will die on that hill.
You would die on that hill.
I will. I've said that at least 3 times during this podcast. I will die on certain hills, but I will die on
if anyone gives me shit for loving Queen, I love Queen. One of the best bands. I will die on that hill.
I will die on that hill.
I will die on that hill.
There are a number of hills that I will die on. And Queen is definitely.
Have you heard the band Nicolas Cage fight? What?
No. Is that a thing? Okay.
Is that even a thing? I know
I'm learning things on this podcast.
I know he has a son who's in a metal band.
I will check that out. I've got.
Nicolas Cage has a son who's in a black metal band.
Do you know, it's been great being a guest on your podcast. I've learned so many things.
Yeah.
It is a thing, okay?
It is a thing. Yeah, I've learned new things from the chat, and then they suck.
Okay. Oh, well, I'm going to check them out anyway.
We'll check them out anyway because it'd probably be a more proper laugh. But
I was hoping for like an Austrian death machine kind of situation, where it's kind of something awesome, you know. But
Arnold Schwarzenegger samples all over the place.
It's so good. I love that. I love that band.
If it bleeds, we can kill it. Get to the chopper. It's like great song, and just great stuff all around. And metal's awesome all around. So I'm going to be a metalhead until I die. Basically, I'm going to die on that hill.
You're going to die on that hill. It's a tall hill.
Is it?
You'll be
tall hill because I will be a metalhead until the day I die. Basically.
Won't we all? Though I think once you hit, I don't know. I want to say once you hit like 25, you know what you like and what you don't like in life, and nothing really changes after that.
Yeah,
you know?
25.
You're kind of set.
I know what I like. I know what I don't like.
Yeah.
And got into like 29. It's like, when is it when you stop actually giving a fuck what people think about you? When I turned 29, that's when it started. When I don't give a fuck about what people think about me anymore.
Nor should you.
Nor should I.
My friend.
Metal till death. Exactly.
Yeah.
Metal till death. And on that note, I'd like to thank you, Durs, for being on my 50th show.
It's time to tell Durs to fuck off.
Yeah,
no, dude, it's been an absolute pleasure. It's been good fun.
And it's been a pleasure having you on as well. And I can't wait to do more films with you when you've got more films pouring out your ass. But...
yeah, well, like I said, the 12th day we will. You've got another question.
I forgot it. Do you watch Justin? Who's that? Horvale's YouTube channel. I've not heard of him. I don't think I've heard of Justin. I'll have to check him.
I will add him. I'm gonna have to scroll back through the comments of this chat for all the.
Well, I'll send you the links to those I've mentioned.
Yeah, please do, man. I'd love to.
Death Doom Metalhead. Mark G with a seaman. He loves death metal.
I'd love to add everyone in here onto my channel. So I will do that, and I will check out your suggestions too. But yeah, man, Jake, thanks for having me on. It's an absolute pleasure to be here for your 50th. I feel honored. 50th.
Yeah, I thought I'm not going to get anyone. I'm not going to get any.
I'm not going to get anyone good, so we'll just get Durs to fill in.
Just get Durs. He's the next best thing.
He can talk for 3 hours.
He can talk for nearly 3 hours. Shit. Yeah. If we kept going now, it'll be longer than the chat I did with Cam Lee.
I can go as long as you want, my friend.
I haven't had any tea yet, so I might need to make some food.
What are you gonna? Let's end on that. What are you gonna make yourself?
I'm gonna get some pizza.
Oh, are you getting pizza ordered in?
No, I got pizza in the freezer.
Okay.
So, but usually when I get pizza, I just chop up some peppers and just put them on.
Sounds like a solid plan.
Sort of makes it healthy.
Well, I don't know if you just heard that, but my cat was just sneezing very loudly behind me.
That was a loud sneeze from a cat.
But thank you for having me on, man. This has been been good fun. And chat, thank you, chat. It was
thank you, chat, for all the comments, mainly from YouTube. But I got one from Twitch, two from two from Facebook.
Yeah,
I think 2 from Twitch, 2 from Twitch. Two from Facebook. The other one's from Facebook on me telling what the bands are called. See you guys. Keep up the good work, Jake. Thank you very much.
Cheers, man. I will add you on YouTube in a little bit.
It's one of my subscribers. Same as Ken.
That's okay. I can go through the chat and find people. It's all good.
So, for anyone who wants to check out Durs' films, the one I was in and the other ones I wasn't in, and the music videos that he's done, I'll link them all down below in the description. The channel, the channel's called Durs Productions.
Yeah, on YouTube. Yeah.
On YouTube,
you can find the.
I was going to say the icons
movies there. You can find all the podcasts there. Obviously, the podcasts are also in audio form everywhere. So Amazon Music, Spotify, iTunes, wherever.
All that stuff.
Just look up Durs Productions and you'll find us.
Look up Durs Productions on YouTube. Well, like I said, I'll just link it in the description below so you can check it out yourself.
Most appreciated.
Most appreciated. And I don't know, as I was going to say, leave studio. No, I got to end broadcast first.
You just leave if you want. I'll just keep going.
Keep going. So thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for all the comments.
Jake. Congratulations on 50 episodes.
50 bloody episodes.
Yes, cool, man.
And tomorrow I will be going to a gig at the Griffin to see a band called Trivax and another one called Beyond Man.
Nice. Jake, before you go.
Yes.
UK death and black metal. I'm going to check out Nicolas Cage Fighter immediately.
So
don't worry. But yeah, thanks, Jake. This has been fun. It's been great fun. We'll get you over on the X-Curse soon.
Awesome. Until next time, I'll bring you back at some point. And
anytime you're desperate for a guest, my friend, I can talk.
we just talk forever. Actually, we'd probably call it Jake's Metal Chat if I was going to do it with like all the Called Shot guys. Probably just us talking about Called Shot.
Oh yeah, but you know.
But say it would be like a movie chat on Jake's Metal Chat. We're doing it on a different channel, but anyway. Before I end it, let's see this comment. The crying face.
I gotta look them up in a second.
Until next time, thank you all for tuning in. Be sure to like this video if you like to. I know people like it on Facebook, here on YouTube, Twitch. If you're still watching it on Twitch, do subscribe if you enjoy my content. And until the next video. See you all next time.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.